All right, what's going on, everyone out there? Welcome to this amazing, epic show of Fred the Movie, the Trilogy. Fred the Movie, the Trilogy. Now, I haven't been on a podcast in quite some time, and I have no desire to ever come back to podcasting. But sometimes I have an amazing idea, and sometimes I have to come back to do such said amazing idea. And this is an idea that I wouldn't be able to have if I was still on the 22 Shots of Moodz and Horror podcast, because I would probably get kicked straight in the dick if I suggested this idea. So we are going to be talking about the Fred trilogy. Now, who am I going to recruit to talk about the Fred trilogy with me? Well, of course, we have the guy who replaced me, thank you very much, Mr. Tyler, because I had to go on and say some naughty things and get canceled. But luckily, we have Tyler here from the 22 Shots of Moodz and Horror to come and talk about the Fred trilogy with me, because as you guys know, if you listen to that show, he is a Disney Channel movie original expert. He's probably watched every single Disney movie original ever made, or at least he's pretty close to them.
I'm getting close. I think I'm at 99 out of 121 now.
99 out of 121. That is just absolutely insane. I don't know how you sit through. I mean, we sit through 3 Fred movies and we want to cut our heads off. I don't know how you
Dude,
sit
Fred
through
movie was
99
like
of those.
the Fred if the quality of the Fred movie was like a decom, I'd be very satisfied.
Yeah, they're actually
So you're saying this is
than
worse than a decom?
Although, no, this would be like at least the first. I would say at least the first would probably be at least like a B tier, like A tier decom.
Okay, interesting. Like a contemporary one or like a classic kind of mid 2000s.
So this is the thing about the decoms. So when they get older,
Here we go.
Like they have higher potential a lot of the time when they're older, because like they still like cared about like trying to like teach the kids a lesson and like have some sort of story. A lot of them were like determination based. And then like it kind of seems like ever since like High School Musical, like most things are musicals and they're just like random stupidness. So yeah, those are hard to sit through sometimes. And but the thing is, they're generally not boring because they're like pretty fast paced. But some of the older ones are like dreadfully boring.
Ironically, Fred 3 is partially a musical as well, at least
Yeah.
for like the first half of it.
It's definitely the most boring too.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if you guys don't know that other sexy voice, it's the porn expert, Dan the cameraman, and he loves his porn. So he's going to talk about some kiddie porn with Fred, the movie, the trilogy. Right, Dan?
If you want to put it like that, I mean, there are some very uncomfortable shots of children in this that,
yes, we're going to get into that in a little bit, but there's definitely some questionable things in these movies that probably wouldn't have been able to fly today, but they do. Fred is an interesting character. I remember when he blew up. I mean, I think I was probably in high school when Fred blew up. I don't know, probably freshman year of high school when he became a thing. And I feel like that was just a different time on YouTube where we actually had people doing creative things instead of just, I feel like the creativeness on YouTube has kind of just faded away, where I don't think we'd ever see another thing like Fred blow up like it did. I mean, sure, you had that Ryan World movie that came out a couple months ago.
That's like, I feel like everything in YouTube now is like so like algorithm based rather than like being like something that like was different at the time. Like I didn't like Fred because I was too old for Fred, but like I can't think of anything like Fred. Like the last I can think of something like that is like Filthy Frank or like iDubbbz, but I might just be like too old to know anything newer. But it just seems like everything is like algorithm based, and a lot of it's just like a lot
unboxings
of
or just like
nothing.
Like it's like no
stuff.
creative content anymore. Or
it's just like
a documentary or a ranking or food reviews or whatever it is. A guy walking into Walmart and showing movies and not buying anything.
I've thought about getting into YouTube and like I would just make like ranking videos and just like edit on the computer. It'd be super easy, and like that's the kind of stuff I listen to anyway.
Yeah, I feel like all those things are pretty much.
I feel like with like YouTube, I mean, above all else, if people can say what they want about like that era of YouTube, like the videos that were coming out, but when you look at stuff like Fred or like Smosh or a lot of these channels, I mean, you kind of they're inspirational in their own right, of just these guys who decide to make this weird kind of, out there videos, and then whether or not you like or dislike the product, the fact they're able to gain as much success, not just financially, but popularity. I mean, you got like the Smosh's big success and Fred and all that, where now it feels a bit more, corporate. It feels a bit more like, which is fine. It's not rose tinted glasses looking back at that era, but it's just funny how it has changed so much in just 15 years or so of just random guys like Fred doing these kind of videos. And now you go to the front page and I don't know who's like popular right now, like Mr. Beast and all that. And that's fine. It just feels like a whole different kind of, no pun intended, but a whole different kind of beast on the website.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be seeing like a Mr.
I don't
Beast
see no Mr. Beast movie.
Or Mr. Beast the movie
Right.
2 or Mr. Beast the movie 3. I mean, you wouldn't be seeing that. And like, there was a lot of those.
Smosh got a movie, Shane Dawson had his movie.
All those characters back in the day that kind of are cemented in YouTube history from those, 2007, 2010 era that made YouTube what it was. Like we've talked about before in the chat, like you had Kelly and Shoes, which was a huge thing at the beginning of YouTube, in 2006. I remember being in middle school and seeing that shit and everybody quoting it. And I just feel like that era of creativeness is gone. I mean, even if you go on TikTok, you don't see that kind of level of creativeness. Now it's just how stupid could you be, and you blow up. But between Kelly and Muffins, I mean, there's so many classic videos from that era that it makes no surprise that Fred would get 3 movies, because at the time he was pretty huge. I would assume he was pretty much the biggest.
He was number one on one platform, I think.
Yeah. That was like a big thing. People were like, why is he number one? It's like, well, I mean, he went out there and he did it. I mean, the funny thing everybody always talks about, which, I watched him like back in like, not watched him like religiously, but I like liked his stuff in like whenever his videos came out. And I remember people always saying like, oh, his videos are so dumb, like anyone could have made them. And my argument was that it was always like, yeah, anybody could have made them, but he did. So it's sort of like, I'm not going to sit back and go like, what is this? And be like, all right, well, he did it. And, he put in the work, put in the effort, and now he gets to reap the benefits.
He thought of it and you didn't. And he had the balls to like go embarrass himself on the internet for something that like no one could have watched and everyone just thought was dumb.
It's the same thing people talk about like the Blair Witch Project. It's like, oh, what is anyone could have made this? They're out in the woods, they hear some stuff. It's like, yeah, anybody could have made it, but they did.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want why didn't you do it? I'm not saying you have to like it, but this idea of just like they shouldn't be popular because it's not creative enough. It's like, what are you talking about, man? But it is funny how all these YouTubers ended up getting like their own movies and stuff. I'm thinking like Fred and Smosh and like Angry Video Game Nerd and all these like early YouTubers.
No, Angry Video Game Nerd didn't get his own movie. He fucking self-funded his own movie, and I went to see that shit when it came out.
My man,
and I went on the Q&A,
so did I.
And I said, "Nerd, your movie fucking sucks," and I left. What a disappointment that movie is. What a piece of shit the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I ain't saying it's good, but I'm just saying there is that movie.
No. Yeah, but it wasn't like it was funded by some huge studio like Lionsgate, like the Fred trilogy.
No, I'm just saying the
World by Universal.
The fact that matters.
Like, what even is Ryan's World? I saw the poster for that like around the time I saw Alien. I was like, what?
I don't know. About Ryan's 7 World people saw movie? It, so yeah, I thought that
just open presents for like an hour and a half.
That's the film. Yeah, he opens up boxes and then you go home. It's Ryan's World, man.
How old is that kid at this point? That kid's like
Dan was very disturbed by Ryan from our conversations because he thought that he was being exploited. Why didn't you tell the audience, Dan, about how you feel Ryan being exploited?
I mean, like Ryan's mom is milking this. Like, let's be real here. How old is this kid now?
I think he's a teenager now, at least. But the point is that I went to the oldest video because I never heard Ryan's World until I was like showing. What is this? I went to the oldest video, and Ryan is like, I mean, he's like a toddler, and the ma is like shoving a camera in his face, going like, "Here we are at Target, and oh, look at the toys, Ryan." It just feels a little weird.
Well, guess what, Dan? He has way more fucking money than us. He's a fucking billionaire, and we're not.
We have our dignity. We have our dignity.
Well, I would have no dignity. He only
has millions of dollars.
So,
shit, man.
He's in his own fucking animated movie of fucking weirdness, and we're not.
You have kids. You shove a camera in their face. What would your kid's name be, Jeremy? Give him his own show.
The thing is, though, like Jeremy has a point, but Dan also has a point because how many Ryan's Worlds like have there been, and this is the one that caught on? Like how many like moms just like shoved a kid in their like a camera in their kids' face since they were a little kid.
Well,
You
being
guys
at
remember
work and
Shay
like
Carl?
seeing like working with people who have kids that are like between like 8 and 10, they're like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. It's like being an influencer fucking sucks. I would never want to be an influencer.
Hell no, man. We need
Would
engineers. We need plumbers. We need like dentists, man. We don't need no goddamn Instagrammers, man. Here's my wardrobe. Who cares, man? I got my toilet's leaking shit. Get off the goddamn internet, man. Please, please fix my toilet.
Yeah,
But
why did Fred get movies? Why didn't the Tourette's guy get fucking movies? I want a Tourette's guy movie.
Did that guy
Well,
actually die?
No.
no,
I
He
remember
uploaded a
like
video a couple years ago. Like,
oh, okay.
It's
I
probably why
remember
he didn't
there
get his
was
own
a
movie.
thing. Yeah, he was hilarious, but he had like 5 videos.
he was
Yeah.
so funny.
And they're all reposted from like his website. I think. From
Yeah,
I don't know if
there's
he
a-
was even here or not.
There's a lot of stuff like that's just like only reposted now. You can't find the originals. I remember there's like videos I've gone to look for that like would never fly on YouTube today. That like you can't find. Like you can't find. You guys remember Grandma's Kisses?
What is it?
Grandma's Kisses, like the SpongeBob stuff.
Oh yeah, that looks a
You-
classic, man.
Yeah, you can't find that like in full anymore.
There's a lot of
'cause they-
stuff that wouldn't even
Yeah,
be
there's way too
on
many
YouTube.
slurs
Like
in it. Like you can
even
find
what I said
clips.
yesterday, like the fuck you right in the pussy guy. You probably couldn't do that anymore. Can't
Oh, no,
even
you
swear
couldn't.
on YouTube anymore. So it's just
Yeah.
like
Tyler, what were you saying before that like on the 22 shots the Vincent show is getting like demonetized because you guys said like rape too early or something like that, or what was
It's
it
like
that?
yeah, it's just there's like a lot of like random words that you like can't say on YouTube that
what you mean rape,
Yeah,
rape,
it was-
demonetized.
say
I'll go back to my
that,
day job.
Yeah, like there's just like a lot of I forgot what we thought it was, but yeah, there's like
Sphincter.
there's random things we like get demonetized for, and like that's one of the words like you can't say or you get demonetized, I guess.
I guess if you're not care, if you
It
don't care
messes
about
with
money,
the
it's
algorithm,
basically free for
though.
all.
Like it messes with like showing up in the algorithm, so it's kind of a bummer.
Really, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. YouTube being more corporate. It's like if you're not like my wardrobe show off or I'm Mr. Beast, it's like then you get buried. And I am not like again, it's not rose tinted glasses. I mean, there were plenty of problems back then, but it does feel like it's so calculated now of like weird stuff like Fred and like Smosh
Yeah.
and all these channels. Just like it just like I mean, the thing with Smosh specifically is that I always liked them to a point where because it was just two guys doing comedy skits or like Derek Comedy, and of course they got big. It was just guys doing their own like dumb little comedy skits, and that was so fun to like kind of discover that. Now it's a bit more like we've teamed up with Intel to give away 500 computers, and that's fine. I mean, it serves a purpose, but it does feel a little more like a shell than it once was. But then again, I'm also not like hanging out on YouTube all day, so maybe
I mean, where's the Don and Murph movie? Like, come on, I want to see a Don.
Well,
and
they had
Murph
around
movie.
the country.
Yeah, but it's not Don and Murph. I want
I know,
fucking
but
Don and Murph.
they sold that as a movie, and it's one long YouTube video.
I
know.
know. I think part of the issue is like
Thanks, Letterboxd.
where does stuff like this like fit into the algorithm on YouTube? Because like all my stuff like gets warped so quick that like I would never like see like random videos like Fred like pop up in my feed like I would have I don't know 15
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah,
I
there's
rarely
not
ever
that,
see like
there's not
random
that-
things anymore.
Yeah, you only
Mhm.
see stuff that you already like that's like at least like vaguely connected in some way to like videos you've been watching. Like you don't just
Right.
get random stuff like that anymore.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I mean, it's sort of like every now and then I'll come across something where it's like, oh man, I don't even know what this is. But then now, for the most part, it's kind of like, all right, well, it's the same kind of big YouTubers doing like sponsored things and all that. And it's beating a dead horse. Don't get me wrong, but then again, I think now,
And if you can't get hard, you could call Blue Chew. This video sponsored today is Blue Chew. If you
Oh, I
can't get a
hate
boner,
that. Yeah, in the middle of the video, so you don't skip their ads like in the middle of the video.
yeah.
Like
If you
they
can't
just,
get a
like-
boner, you could call Blue Chew. And guess what? You don't
I mean,
even have
those
to
are
go to your
targeted ads, right?
doctor anymore.
They
What?
just cut a promo like for some company in the middle of their video.
Yeah.
Jimmy, those are targeted ads, so that means you're getting Blue Chew ads for your
well,
flaccid penis.
I don't know. There's not going to be much to be there, so
Well, actually, I gotta get Blue Chew.
I'm going to go on the doctor, and he's going to be like, "Oh, I didn't know that you were transgender." Anyway,
You're gonna look like what's his name from The Hangover? What the hell's his name? Ken Jeong's character in The Hangover, the small
Yeah.
penis.
when
I don't know what his
he
name is.
gets out of the limo.
We actually just watched
Yeah,
that
the
a
back
few
in the
weeks
days
ago.
are-
The movie
really?
still
Just
holds
hold up?
up. Yeah,
That's
it
good.
holds up. It's not like Probably not as funny as I thought it was, like in 2010, but like it's still pretty funny. Like it's better than like anything I've seen in the last few years.
Interesting. It's funny. That was like one of the last things I saw with my grandfather. Is that I saw that weird enough with my dad, my grandma, my grandfather, and my grandfather passed away like a couple years later. But that was the last time that I saw him. Was we were all going to see The Hangover. I don't know why we were family, but I know we should stay home and watch.
I always kind of look at that as like the last of like the just like mean spirited like full on R-rated comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually dying art, but I think it'll bounce back.
You mean About a Boy? Didn't what was the one with fucking
About a Boy?
and,
Jennifer Aniston?
No, the one with fucking Adam Sandler and
That's My Boy.
That's My Boy. Yeah,
well,
I just rewatched that.
Yeah, that movie. I actually thought that was funny. Like when I saw it.
That movie's funny.
That's the only time I saw it. And I thought it was hilarious in theaters.
I showed it to my girlfriend recently. We both thought it was pretty funny.
Nice. Yeah, that's a movie that'll be like.
We also watched the week of. That was good.
In another like 25 years, people are gonna be like, "Dude, this movie's actually funny," but everybody hated it at the time.
Yeah, like Grandma.
Yeah, it's one that's like it's not nonstop funny, but there's like a handful of really, really funny parts in it that like kind of make the whole thing worth it. Where there's enough hard laughs in there throughout that it's just like okay, because there are a lot of jokes that are just like you roll your eyes. They're just not funny.
Yeah,
but,
some of his stuff from the 90s I thought was like really funny. It doesn't really hold up like I wish it would.
Well, he announced Happy Gilmore 2 the other day, so
yeah, I'll definitely with Christian McDonald and Julie Bowen still coming back.
Yeah,
not even watching it. There's no Bob Barker. Not watching
or
it.
Carl Weathers.
Not watching it.
You're boycotting it.
I mean, maybe they'll pull an Alien Robinus and have like a CGI Bob Barker.
An alien what? Would you call it?
Do that. They're not going to do
Fuck
that.
Fuck you, Dan. This is not the 22 shots of Moodz and horror. I do not need
I'm
to be
curious, what do you call it?
Oh, this is like the only time ever that you're outnumbered by people who don't like Alien Romulus.
Jim, you liked it, right?
Let's dogpile him, Dan. I've never in this situation.
No, it was fine. You know what? I didn't hate it.
People in the group think I'm. Oh, sorry.
I thought technically it should win an Oscar, but I figured the story was.
Oh, so we all just don't like it. I thought you liked it.
I don't love it or I don't hate it. I just think it's mid.
Yeah, that's what I think.
People in the group think I like hate it or something. I mean, I've made a couple of jokes about it. I don't like hate it. I just didn't like it. But
I don't hate it. I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad.
I thought it was crappy. I didn't think twice about it. But it's like, yeah, I don't like. I don't know. There's like a weird vibe. I'm just like I hate it. I'm like,
because you fucking shat on it in your Beetlejuice review too. So everybody's gonna think.
I didn't shit on it. I just thought it was like a good comparison of just. It's like
you hate fucking Dr. Sleep, which is like the best movie of that fucking.
I don't hate Dr. Sleep. I just don't think it's good.
I don't think
gave it a 3 out of 10. I don't like. Fuck off.
I didn't give it anything. It thumbs down.
It's all right.
Oh, Tyler, we might have to have our own little bit.
It's okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. You picked the one movie I don't. That one big movie that I don't like. I just
goddamn
don't
straight.
Like
you didn't like Spontaneous too, which is a good movie.
Oh, that movie's terrible.
You're fucking.
I don't know what that is.
I'll take any of the Fred movies over that.
Oof.
Oh, fuck off, dude! You would not watch.
Pretty bad.
Spontaneous is awful, dude.
It's not awful.
That's like some of the worst Fred I've ever seen in a film. Why are we talking? Why are we shitting all these other movies? We're trying to be nice gentlemen here, talking about these nice films.
Well, we're probably gonna shit all over these, so it's kind of like the pre-show. You know what I mean? So let's shit on some other stuff before we
Right. Fair enough. All right.
What do you guys think was the most annoying video from that time period? Can you guys think of anything?
I got two.
The first one that comes to mind is Charlie Bit My Finger.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hated that Harry Potter one with the puppets.
I hated the one with the fucking the unicorn, Harry the unicorn, or the
Charlie the unicorn.
Yeah, Charlie the unicorn.
I didn't mind that one. I thought that one was funnier than like Charlie.
And is this real life? The kid waking up from his fucking mouth surgery that one pissed me off too.
I never liked the annoying one.
Definitely the Harry Potter.
That was always
one. I hated that video.
Yep. Actually, I'm sorry, I got one. Old Greg, because everyone quoted it.
No, get out of here.
I never liked it.
Old Greg is so funny.
Everyone quoted it, and it drove me.
Dude, I quoted that for years. Like, I'm not gonna start quoting it again. She reminded me of it.
You bet. Thank God there's no Old Greg the movie.
Oh my God, there should be.
Good Lord.
I probably watch it now though and think it's not that funny. So,
I mean, it might be. I mean, I'm probably just sticking the mud. I just remember hearing everybody quote it. I didn't know what it was. So when I watched it, I was just like, all right,
Yeah, there were
I
some
mean,
people pretty annoyed with me at that time. I remember that.
that's fair. That's fair. Jeremy, did you give an answer or no?
Yeah. I hated Chocolate Rain. That shit still annoys me.
I never like. Well, I was just never interested and never watched that one. That was
Yeah.
one I kind of missed out on.
Hmm. Yeah, that was.
What is that for, Dan? Do you like Chocolate Rain? We all know
I
you
mean,
like chocolate sauce on your face. So do you like
well,
Chocolate Rain?
obviously. Well, I don't have an opinion on Chocolate Rain. I haven't thought about Chocolate Rain in about 10 goddamn years.
Have you
I
thought
forgot
about
it
Numa Numa
existed.
in
So,
10 years?
I was
I don't
thinking
like
about
Numa
that when
Numa.
you asked this question. I don't really like it. But I don't hate that one. I don't think that one's that like bad.
What, Numa Numa or Chocolate
Yeah,
Rain?
Numa Numa.
That song drove me nuts.
Dude, that song could never like get like that video can never get popular now. We're basically just laughing at the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
There's a
Meat
lot of
Spin.
videos
Meat
of just
Spin's my
laughing at
favorite.
people.
Yeah,
Was
remember
that?
the one of that like crackhead dad like crying and he sounds like I don't know like Chewbacca getting stabbed to death with a ballpoint pen.
Is that the intervention thing? Where he's like,
Yeah, it's like yeah that one.
That's a great one. I'll defend that one. That was great. Somebody put that line that up with a Slayer song, so he's like yelling over
Oh
the
my
lyrics.
god, dude.
It's like perfect. Funny. It's like people like. I mean, I knew people in like high school who like were like angry about Fred. They hated Fred, and I'm like, at the end of the day, it's just like comedy videos. I don't see like what there is to hate. It's mostly inoffensive. What I did find funny is that rewatching. I mean, I said rewatching, but mostly just kind of skimmed the older stuff. Is just Fred saying like retarded and like his like calling his mom like an alcoholic and stuff. Like I don't know, just like for as kid friendly as this all is, it is funny
Well,
to
there's
watch
a
like,
lot
the
of
earlier
those
stuff.
jokes in the movies too, though, that are
Yeah.
He
like
doesn't call anybody retarded
pushing
in
the
the movie.
lounge. They kind of push the boundaries in the first movie a little bit.
Doesn't
The
say any
first one's
slurs.
definitely the dirtiest one.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because it has that Judy line that's like out of bounds. That
Oh
line.
yeah, that's a weird line. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
It's my
talk about that
favorite
when we
line
get
of the
to
whole
it.
movie.
Actually, yeah, of any movie, I bet.
I mean, it's freaking hilarious. Made me laugh really hard.
It's
It makes you
It's
like
weird the
laugh
way
like
they
that
put it
because you
up.
just like wouldn't expect it like in the movie.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. It's just like, what the
There's a
hell
couple
is
like
this
weird.
thing?
There's a couple weird racial jokes throughout the movie where he makes like weird kind of racial
Like
remarks about people, like I don't know,
gay
intentionally or
people,
unintentionally.
Asian people. Well, that's the second
Yeah,
movie, the Asian people.
well, the
Yeah.
Asian people in the first one, he like, oh, I guess I'll get to it. But yeah, it's just like weird. Like, what are we doing here? Because this was made for Nickelodeon, right?
No.
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 No, so like theoretically they could have been as dirty as they wanted, but like kids were definitely the demographic.
Oh, so he could say like
It's just like
any
you're not
slur
gonna
he
like
wanted.
like you're not gonna make money making a PG-13 Fred movie.
Yeah, what's the
You know what
target
I
audience
mean?
for that?
Like
Pedophiles?
yeah, like
Despite the negative response, it was the second highest viewed TV cable movie of 2010 across
What was
all
number one?
oh,
networks.
it was maybe it was for Nickelodeon then. What? I didn't know that. Oh,
A
check
What was
this out.
teaser
number one?
was broadcast during a commercial break of iCarly.
Yeah,
That's
it
right. He
had to
was on
be.
iCarly.
Oh yeah. See, I remember that. I don't remember that happening. But I know that happened. But
On
I'm
the
like,
DVD for Fred the movie, a full-length director's commentary is found.
I think we say director's cut. I was like, good lord. You
oh man, I gotta
guys
check.
remember the
According
episode
to
of
the
iCarly?
directors, here's some fun facts about Fred the movie before we talk
Lay him
about
on
it.
me.
According to the director's commentary on the film found on the DVD, there was much conflict between screenwriter David Goodman and director Clay Weiner creatively. This includes the cutting of certain references and callbacks to Fred and other related works that Goodman had written in. Now, I know we talked about this, but imagine fighting about Fred the movie.
I know, right?
This actually did premiere on Nickelodeon. That's crazy. Wow, I can't believe they put that on Nickelodeon.
I remember when it came out. That's why I
Yeah,
know.
wow. That's like now that's a whole new context. That's kind
It was a
of
different time. It was 2010. You could get away with
yeah,
more
but like
shit in 2010.
some of the stuff they say in this movie is like so like blatant.
Yeah.
Like to be
It's
on
got
Nick,
it's. Oh, sorry, you go.
just to be on Nickelodeon. I thought this was just like an independent release or like he released it on YouTube or something. So yeah, you could kind of like be push the boundaries a little. I didn't know this played on Nickelodeon.
I knew it played on it.
Guy,
I didn't know if it was made for it or not. So I
the guy
distinctly
is
remember
only
seeing this on
directed
TV. Like,
two. Go ahead.
no, like so.
The guy has only directed two other movies. A movie called Blue Mountain State. No, it's a TV show. A
Like a show.
football movie. That looks pretty shitty. And he directed Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Here we
Guy
go.
Swave, Homicidal Spy from 2011 TV movie. Oh
That's
man,
it.
this
Clay
looks.
Winter didn't do anything else.
That's it.
Guy Suave. What do you say, Guy Swave?
That was close. Fuck you. Anyway,
He's
Fred the
also been an actor.
movie from 2010.
If I'm getting food in my body, then there's gonna be no blood in my head, and then my head might fall off because there's no blood in it.
When the girl next door
That's Judy. She's my girlfriend.
Boys, quit staring.
moves away,
She's gone! Somebody call 911!
This line is for emergencies only.
This is an emergency!
Fred's biggest adventure ever begins.
Here I come, Judy! Ow! Ow! I gotta get the Judy's out! Oh my damn it, we're here! Ow! That's good. That's really good.
Fred Figglehorn is in love with his dream girl Judy, who lives next door. Kevin, the local bully, prevents Fred from seeing Judy until she moves out of town. Fred embarks on a quest to find her in the hopes that his feelings will be reincorporated with Judy. So, guys, what do you think about Fred the
Reincorporated?
movie?
To say this has a plot is generous.
I mean, it kind of
This
has
has
a
many
plot.
plots.
It's like YouTube videos stitched together.
Yeah, but it does have a plot. He is
I mean,
trying to
truly,
find
yeah.
Judy.
Sometimes.
Sort of, kind of.
I mean, the movie diverts so much. It's like, what are we doing here, man? I feel like anything could happen, and it wouldn't like actually add to any sort of narrative here.
Yeah, but like I think that's kind of where you want to be on these movies, to be completely honest. Like they're not gonna be like good movies, so you might as well just like be idiotic the whole time, which is why I kind of like this movie the best. This I keep saying this is like a PG Freddy Got Fingered, whereas like the other ones like tried to be actual movies, and I thought it was just better at home here, like being basically YouTube skits put together for like some form of a vague plot.
I mean, I thought
Yeah.
this was my favorite one too. I thought it made me laugh out loud at some point.
Yeah, I definitely laughed the most in this one too.
Yeah, because it's just stupid.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's
I
definitely
like
stupid.
I like the whole like invite like having a party and him going and not inviting everyone. I think just like it's so dumb, but it's like kind of it's like also kind of funny. Like when everyone's
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
getting
funny now that
together.
you think about it that it aired on Nickelodeon. They were like smoking and drinking and like doing
The
all
mom's
this.
an open alcoholic, you know.
Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah,
himself
like
and
wow,
stuff.
that's like not even subtle.
No, they ain't trying to hide it, man. The sequels they try to like tone that back a little bit, but in this one, it's obviously like, oh, here I am. I've been drinking up night, and I got up all night, and I got to go to work, man. It's a missed opportunity, man. Because I feel like, all right, you're gonna make this like his big first film and all that, and he's like in the house most of the movie, man. And then the last like half or the last like act, it's like, okay, now I'm gonna actually go out and try to do something with it. But at that point, for what it is, it feels very small scale, and it feels very much like.
Dan, what
I
do
mean,
you
like
fucking
Tyler said,
expect
like,
it to be? Fucking Terminator 2? It's Fred the movie, bro.
no, man. But after watching Fred 2, I'm like, oh, that's more what it probably should have been for a film. You know, this is just very much like I just sticks together sequences, and at the end, it's like we can tie it all together where he's gonna find Judy. But it's like, man, there's so much dilly dallying. There's so much just non sequiturs that could be
That's
any
the
scene
point of
placed
the
out of order.
fucking.
It feels so.
That's the fucking point of the YouTube show. What's the difference?
The
I get
YouTube
it's
show's
a-
like a minute, man. This for a feature film.
The thing is, so maybe I kind of thought it was going to stay the entire time in his neighborhood. I never watched him on YouTube, so like maybe I just like had no expectations, and that was better for me. Because I don't know anything about like what like the Fred videos really are. I just know like I don't know if he ever like I didn't know.
I
Like,
just
does he
want to
go?
know, like, it seemed like he traveled like 800 miles to fucking find Judy.
He really just went like down the
Well, I
street,
think
man. 'Cause
yeah.
Kevin
Well,
was there.
that's like the part. That's like the part of it that's like funny that it's like he went through all this and she like literally lives like 5 minutes away.
I want to
See,
know
that
how
feels
he knew
unintentional.
what house she moved into. Like he just like shows up and he's like, "Here's Judy's
looked her up.
house." It's like, yeah,
I
No,
looked up her
didn't
house
he,
online, saw the guy
didn't
naked
he-
poop.
Yeah, like
Yes, I
what
know.
he yeah, that's what he did.
that
he
Fred's
got,
mom has fucked before in the past.
They addressed that in the sequel, I think.
Uh,
I think
Didn't
they
like-
addressed that in the sequel.
Didn't like the people that moves into her house like tell Fred like the new address.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Asian couple. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I can't follow the
Oh,
plot.
that
That's
is
my
right. Yeah. Because it's on the It's on the 7 bus.
bad. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Which is
Durf
funny. He
shows
misses
up.
it, but then it's really like a non sequitur because then he just kind of gets on it after. It's not like a mix up. It's like I'm on the wrong bus
He was
by
no,
accident, and then
he
it,
was
like,
trying
the
to
next-
dodge Kevin.
Yeah, but then it's not like a struggle getting to the number 7 bus. Like a couple seasons later, it's like, okay, I'm at the bus now.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
'cause
like funny kind of like.
he didn't want
Yeah, you
Kevin
had Durf,
to know.
dude.
Yeah.
You didn't find Durf funny, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
I don't even
Durf,
what is Durf trying to portray? Like a stoner character? I didn't get.
Where
I didn't
was
get that
Durf
part.
in Fred 3? I was very disappointed. There was no Durf in Fred 3.
Yeah, well, they could get him back for one more film.
man.
He's played by Fred.
No, I know that.
Oh.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
It took me 2 movies to notice that. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Are you fucking
Yeah.
retarded?
I
You
just
didn't know
notice.
that was the Lucas
No,
guy?
I've never seen
Good
the
lord.
Don't you know
I've never
Durf is
seen-
Fred backwards, you dumbass?
I don't know.
It's like Nailbog. Oh my god, Alucard was Dracula the whole fucking time. Good thing we wrote it out and held it up to a mirror.
Alucard sounds so much better.
It does. It sounds badass. It's like
Yeah.
Castlevania, man.
So should we talk about
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
famous line of this movie that makes this whole movie absolutely hilarious?
Yeah, your favorite line of any
My
film.
favorite line of this whole movie. Fred is looking through the bushes at Judy's back door of her house, and he says, my favorite line of the whole movie, I've always wanted to see Judy's back door. I bet it's nice. Yes.
Then he
Absolutely
smiles at the camera.
hilarious.
He smiles at
And
the
then he
camera,
smiles at the camera.
winks, and then makes a jerking off motion. No, he doesn't do that last part. But it'd be crazy if he did. Yeah, it's weird thinking about adults writing this for a teenager. There's a couple weird parts of.
Who's the writers on this? David A. Goodham. What else did you write, you pervert?
Probably softcore.
He wrote the Scooby Doo, The Witch's Ghost,
Is that man?
Nice.
and one of those Family Guy Star Wars episodes.
He looks like a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, he does.
Dude.
Like he
Jesus
looks like
Christ.
Jared.
He looks like
He does
somebody
look
who
like
could be
Jared.
on this set.
Yeah, he looks like Subway Jared.
Looks like Jared with the dude from Shark Tank. I don't know about Mark Cuban, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a weird mix.
Dude,
What
that's
the hell's he doing writing
perfect.
Fred the movie?
He looks
Good
like
He's
Lord.
the president
Yeah,
of
there's
the
like-
Writers Guild of America.
Oh my god, imagine having this in the resume. It's the Writers Guild of America.
The president of the Writers
Fred
Guild
the
of
movie,
America. He wrote Fred
Star
the
Trek
movie.
Enterprise, episodes of Wings, The Golden Girls. I mean, well, like the weird thing is that not even just that line. There's like weird parts of the film that feel weirdly sexual for a kids' film. You have that. You have the guy shitting on the toilet. You have this one shot at the end that just creeped me the hell out, man. Explain. Jeanette McCurdy's character was on the stairs.
I
and
will
the
say,
camera
to be
lovingly
fair, though, he
goes
could
up
have
her
wrote-
legs.
He could have wrote something else, and like they had an editor that like added. You know what I mean? He could have wrote the story.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
sold it, and then like they can do whatever they want with the dialogue. So he does look like he's guilty, but I'm not ready to pin this guy to the wall. I just thought of that now. It's like there's no way.
Well,
they
apparently,
just,
this was
like,
co-written, right? Because
By
Lucas,
Lucas
I don't know how to
Cruikshank.
say his last name. Cruikshank?
Lucas is the original
Cruikshank.
writer. Oh, so actually Lucas probably wrote this, and then this guy said, "Let me spice
So
it
maybe
up."
he touched it
What
up.
an
He's like,
amazing-
what's that? Has some sexual innuendo.
Maybe he's the actual pervert and wrote some.
Oh,
something
damn.
like that.
The
I mean, 'cause
actor
he's a
Dave
teenager when this comes
Silva.
out.
The actor Dave Silva played the character, the man who doesn't speak English. What an amazing character name.
I don't even remember that character.
That's the guy who's like fixing his truck, and he's like, I'm hearing a weird voice in my head that, because he's speaking Spanish and he doesn't understand. He's like, I'm hearing
Oh,
a-"
that's right. That's right.
that guy.
See, I knew you remembered a lot about this movie, man, because I can't remember anything. I have
You
these
don't
notes here of
remember
out of
fucking Kevin?
context
Kevin's
sequence.
amazing.
He took
Of
notes.
course, how could I forget Kevin? The best part of these movies,
Kevin
man,
is the MVP
played by
of the
actor
series.
Jake Wary.
Yeah, Kevin is the MVP. Of
He's a
these
good
movies. But
actor.
the funny thing is like, as the films go
Yeah,
on,
he's been in some
he's
real
like-
movies.
he's like a 35-year-old by the end of Fred 3, and it's just like hilarious. Cause
Yeah, this guy is a year
Yeah,
older
he's a
than
grown
me.
ass man. Be the teacher.
yeah.
But yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Man. I mean, he's a good actor. When I looked at his
He was in It
filmography, I was
Follows.
surprised. Like, oh yeah, he was in It Follows, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, It Chapter
It,
2. I mean, a lot of
yeah.
like big films, man, or like bigger films, I should say. And he did all 3 Fred movies along with John Cena. So you got to give him some credit for that, for sticking through to the end of the trilogy and not.
And he was in
Bowing out
17
like,
episodes of Fred the Show. There was a Fred TV show
Was
as
he?
well.
Oh my
17
god!
episodes.
Wow, he is
Wow.
committed.
That
Fred
came
is
out in
roll. I didn't
Good for you,
2012.
realize
Jake
Fred
Weary.
got all this. Yeah, Fred is rolling in it. He can just do whatever he wants now.
Well, that video of that signing at Hot Topic was hilarious because it's shot in like a 2008 camera or 2010, whatever, and it's so 2010s, man. They got ladies like screaming, going crazy over Fred. I'm like, man, that is insane.
Yeah, that
for what
reminds
kind
me
of
of
project
like
this is.
I would play like you've been going to Happy Mall for a long time, right, Dan? I assume.
Yeah,
So we're like the so you know
Yeah.
like how like X9 used to be where like that like ice cream place was?
yeah.
Where the ice cream, yeah. So I would like go there. I would be there at like midnight, up to like midnight sometimes, like during like this time period. I remember like multiple times like leaving at midnight, and there was like literally like 25 girls sitting down like in front of the theater waiting for like a twilight midnight showing or something.
Oh yeah, that's when they had like midnight showings and it wasn't
Yeah.
reserved seating. So
I remember like
the lines
thinking
would
like
leak out.
yeah. I remember like walking out.
I remember
one day
being
and
in
it was weird. It was like 20. It was like literally like all like probably high school age girl, and I was like in my 20s, so it was weird. But
Yeah, the whole thing, like, yeah, I mean, I remember being in line out in the lobby when the first Hobbit came out. And that was again before reserved seating, and it was at midnight. So just being in that long ass line, just hoping to get a good seat, it was just like, I mean, again, different era. That was
I
what,
forgot about
2012?
that. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
the whole era of having.
Thank
to go
God
to
for
the
reserved
movies.
seating, man. I don't want to deal with
I
that.
love the reserved seating. I love buying
I know.
a ticket. Like
I used
It's
to sit
great.
in
week ahead of
line.
time.
I used to leave high school at 3:30, fucking go sit in line at the IMAX fucking line for 4 hours. Every
Yeah.
fucking big movie.
That's crazy.
I would get there
Right.
at 3:30 and the
Was it
movie
worth
would
it?
start at 7. Every fucking movie.
It's funny that IMAX now doesn't have reserved seating, or at least a lot of them I've been to don't. Only a couple.
The only one I've ever been to
'cause
is
even
the
the one-
Manchester one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a long time too, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, we're
this
having a
is the
whole conversation about
synopsis
that.
of Fred the Show. So it comes out after Thread 3, Tongue Twister. It's years after the web series, and Fred Ficklehorn is now a high schooler. Despite this, not a lot has changed for Fred. His mom is still lazy, Kevin still bullies him, and Fred is still his hyperactive self. Now he must face the perils of high school with the help of his friend Bertha, and with Fred's imaginary constantly running every day is a new adventure. Fred the TV show.
They made that after the third film. It was that popular?
Yeah, 2012.
Wow, man.
And
That
Jake
is
Wary
wild.
is in 17 episodes. Siobhan Hogan, who plays his mom's in 13 episodes. There was 24 episodes.
That's the funny thing as well. Siobhan, whatever you say her name, Hogan. She's been in like so much just like random stuff as like side roles and all that. And then seeing her in this is kind of funny because she's just one of those performers where you see her and you're like, man, I've seen her in a whole bunch of stuff. And you look at her IMDb and you're like, oh, I have seen her a bunch of stuff. I mean, she's been in just so much, small parts here and there. I mean, she had a whole section in the house that Jack built, and just like small parts, small roles. It's just funny. It's just
I always
seeing
remember her
like,
from Men in Black. That was like my
was
first
she in Men in
exposure to her. She was the what's his name? The guy who plays Pyle in Full Metal Jacket's wife. I can't remember his name at the moment. Vincent
Okay.
D'Onofrio's
Oh, Vincent
wife.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Vincent to who?
Shut up. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Both of you.
But yeah, his
Vincent
wife.
DeSoprano.
I said no, I said D'Onofrio.
I think it said DePrano. I was like, what
No.
the fuck is that?
No, I thought I pronounced it wrong like that and you were clowning.
No,
me.
I think I misheard you. I'm gonna listen back to this.
How
Like
the
an
fuck
idiot.
did this guy talk this guy to be Kevin in fucking 3 Fred movies? And
Dude, you gotta get
24
you gotta get your
episodes.
stock.
Gotta work.
You gotta expose yourself. You probably got good exposure. I mean, It Falls
he's
was
like
2014, so it's like it's not crazy to think like, oh, Kevin from the Fred movies are. He looks like a tough guy. He can play.
he's a
this
good
role.
actor, man. I've seen him in some stuff.
well, he's the best
And he's-
part of the whole franchise. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying is that it's funny
he has
seeing
a
him
really
in-
good look to him for the character. It's pretty like he's got like this like dipshit bully look, and it's like perfect.
Right. He looks like he'd be a bully in like Max Keeble's Big Move or something like that. He's got a real good look to him.
Oh god, we watched that movie like a month ago. That movie's
I heard-
awful.
I only ever saw it in the theater. I don't
Oh
think
my god, that movie's
I-
miserably bad.
I had a
remember
nightmare
that
about the bully in that
title.
movie chasing me once when I
I
was
remember
younger.
renting it from Blockbuster. It's really weird
really?
at that age. I was like renting that from Blockbuster and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
They go hand in hand. It's like summer school with Mark Harmon, and they're watching Texas Chainsaw in the class. Like, what's this one? Home economics, or how to use whatever he says. Anyways, back to Fred the movie. Yeah, there's some there's some weird kind of dialogue throughout. There's some weird kind of like bizarre racial stuff where like he's trying to dig into get to Judy's back door, and he goes to the yard and there's a couple of Asian kids that see him, and he goes, "Oh my, what is this, China?" And then later on he calls a Mexican character a spaceman, and I'm like, who is this movie written for, man? This feels like so out of touch with like the rest of what's
it feels
going
like
on
I
here.
wrote
It's
it
like
or something.
it's trying to balance. I think if you wrote it, this should be NC-17. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, good one.
But it feels like it wants to have this family aesthetic. But yeah, thanks, thought of it on my own. But it has these like bizarre, kind of like inappropriate jokes that feel kind of out of line with the rest of it. It doesn't all totally work, the script that is. But I don't know how much were they just like, all right, well, Lucas can improvise, or we have to stick to this script, or what the case is. Believe it or not, I didn't watch any behind the scenes or any kind of archival, information about this. So I'm kind of just solely basing it off of just watching it.
Read the movie. What else do you want to say? You thought Judy had big honkers. I know that.
Well, it's weird. They keep getting these really attractive women for these films. They get this character, Judy, played by the singer Pixie Lott, which they clearly got her because she's a singer. So any opportunity they can to have her sing, there she is. She's singing and dancing and doing all this.
Well, let's see how.
And it feels very apparent. Like I don't know if she's like an actress or what, but I looked her up. She's a singer. Her IMDb is all like music videos and stuff.
Yeah, she's probably just a singer.
But actually, I'm thinking the whole point of the movie is very bizarre because it's not like anybody really learns a lesson. I don't know if we want to get to the ending or not, but it's like no one really learns a lesson. It's like they have the character Bertha who has one scene early on, and then after everything goes bad, after Fred goes to the party and embarrasses himself.
Is that the only scene she's in?
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Those two scenes, you're correct. Anyway, so you have those, but they're not very apparent. They're just like, all right, very briefly. And at the end, it's this like whole touching thing where it's like Bertha's going to help out Fred make this like big party and all that. And then at the end of the film, the Judy just kind of shows up again, and in an incredibly awkward scene because I felt like Pixie Lott didn't know, like they just fed her lines.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. It
was so bizarre.
It was a weird direction for them to end the movie in.
It was weird. Like, okay, her acting is bizarre in that point, and then the message of the movie isn't like the Fred going like, "Hey, man, I wanted to be with you, and you weren't interested, and thanks."
I made a cool video.
Instead, it's just like he gets the girl. Yeah, and that's all it is, man. And that whole montage sequence is bizarre because I was laughing. I'm like, it turns into like a Loose for Valentine movie because there's like this repeated shots of throw up and these crazy wild edits and like crazy music mixing. I'm like, what is going on here, man? I enter into the goddamn Twilight Zone. What am I watching here, man?
YouTube
what
2010, bro.
I love the puke jokes in this. I laughed so hard when you puked down her.
Damn, really? Why'd he do that? I don't even get why he did
it was funny. Because it was funny.
All right.
Because Kevin said something, right? Yeah. Kevin said something and he got nervous and then he puked on her.
Yeah. I love shit like that. That part in Donnie's bar mitzvah where like he pukes on the girl is like
Donnie's bar mitzvah is one of the funniest.
Oh my god! That's every time. Like I remember, like both times I watched it when it got to that part, just like dying. I don't know why puke jokes are hilarious to me.
I laugh at that whole movie.
Yeah, it's the same. Donnie's bar mitzvah, but it does have enough kind of gross moments, like when he catches the fly in his mouth at the beach, or any of the puke, or any of that stuff. Man, it's just like it feels like a lot of ideas kind of put together on paper, and they're like, we don't really know how to kind of put them in sequence in the film, so we'll just kind of throw them around and see what happens with it. It feels like a mishmash of just way too many ideas without any real kind of cohesion to put it all together. Also,
it's kind of retarded.
What was that?
Like when he goes into the pet shop and he gets the dog, he's like, "It's a squirrel." I was like, he's fucking retarded, isn't he? In like high school, how could he be retarded to not know that dog's not a squirrel?
It's funny.
Like, wasn't he in high school in the show?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he in high school here? I couldn't tell.
I don't know.
He's just a little moron. Just it.
Even if he's in middle school, he knows a fucking dog's not a squirrel, even if he's fucking retarded.
Well,
No,
hey,
the
man,
jokes
you
were
know.
landed, but they tried.
You know what? I mean, also
I don't
speaking
know.
of
I
the
think
kind of
that
the weird
joke's shitty.
sexualization before, they got Pixie Lott chick walking around like in a bikini and stuff. It all feels like very weird and nefarious. Like there's some kind of ulterior motive going on here that I don't know, doesn't totally sit well. And it's the only one of the films that has these sort of weird kind of sexual moments, and it just doesn't all work together, man. It's not like they're making any kind of risque humor. It just feels like
I don't know.
awkward and
Fred
weird,
3
man. I can't
has it
explain
with
it.
the nurse. She's pretty risque at some
That
points.
is true.
She's
It's
wearing
not
those
as
short
overt, I would
shorts and the
say.
belly shirts.
It's kind of
That
like a
is true.
trope, though. Like
Gotta have
that
some
whole
apes in the
movie is
movie.
just like really like kind of like trope, like throwback tropey, and that kind of is just like a trope of the times.
Right, you got to have the foreign exchange student who's a babe speaking back to summer school before with Mark Carmen. Got the babe in that movie. We'll see you at the movies. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know, man. The whole movie. And they have Fred is shirtless a lot. Very peculiar. I think he was a teenager when this came out. He even goes to his undies at one point. Made me very uncomfortable
You gotta show off the
seeing this
assets.
teenage boy. Apparently so.
You gotta
Dan
sell the
Schneider behind the
show.
camera, making sure they put these shots.
Damn, that
Apparently,
guy's
man.
actually just Dan Snyder's ghostwriter.
It probably is, man. It's probably like, yeah, here's a scene where Fred is shirtless, and they're thinking, what? This doesn't make any sense. Why would he be shirtless in the goddamn laundromat? But it doesn't matter, I guess.
Dan Snyder didn't really see
yeah.
into the boys. He would he was probably responsible
Nah.
for the shots of Janet McCurdy's legs, though.
Maybe.
there
I
is
didn't
that one
watch that
shot.
Quiet on Set, but I've heard he's a perv. I've heard he's a dirty old man. But I will
Me and
always remember him from
Me
Better
and Jeremy
Off.
I
watched the
think-
documentary.
I think that he is power hungry. I don't think he's a pervert.
I don't know.
Well, I have
I'm
no input on this,
undecided,
thanks to all
but
you
like,
guys.
I
Oh,
just
fuck
felt-
you, Tyler. You were totally defending the asshole too when the
No, I wasn't
documentary
really
came out.
defending him. Like, no, hold on, hold on. I'm not saying like I'm defending him, but I don't think that documentary real. I'm saying like really like convinced me of anything. I don't think the documentary made him out to be like as bad as like some people like made him out to be. Like, I agree with you. He's like very power hungry. He's probably abusive in some ways. The thing that kind of changed my opinion a little bit was the Lori Beth Denberg thing that came out like later on.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what changed my opinion on it a little bit. Like, I don't know, I'm still like, I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything like so damning in that like showed he was like actually like a pervert and actually made him seem like a good guy, like to like some of the cast members. It seemed like he had more of an issue of like having power over adults than like doing anything like perverted.
It was the other guy, right? They were saying.
Well, there was a guy that was the actual pervert that was like diddling Drake Bell. Was his name like Brian Peck or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like and then he got
That sounds
hired
about
like
right.
at Disney. Like he's like that guy's like
Yeah.
that guy is like a real.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. Yeah. I'm not saying that.
Well,
guy's
same thing
not
happened with Victor
fucking-
Salva. He gets convicted and Disney hires him for a film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Disney
like,
don't care.
Show business.
Hey, ex show business. Jeremy, you work in show business. How does it go? Are the people touching over there?
I mean, they've touched my bunghole a few times, but
They thought you were
I
a
don't
small
know.
infant
Not as many,
boy.
not as many times as your mom has. So
That's a good one. You're stuttering over the fucking joke.
yeah, fuck you. We all know my amazing skills.
You're doing great. I'm
doing
happy
great.
that you chose these for your podcast return. It was your
Oh
center
no, man, I'm
stage
never
for.
gonna.
What happened to all the other films
Uh,
you were bringing up?
What? There's a bunch of other.
You were
fucking
saying you're going
shitty
to do a
movies
bunch
we
of
should-
others. This ain't going to be your last. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we should
about?
do High School
Bring it back.
Musical, but unfortunately,
No,
Tyler has
no,
watched
no.
High School Musical.
Don't you guys don't
I
want to
never-
do that?
I never
Like,
seen them.
I'm telling you, like you don't want to do that. High School Musical is.
Why?
Like,
Are they bad? Or are they like
they're
NC-17? Like
the
what?
first one is like the first one's like really bad, but it's not like on. It's not like nauseating bad. But the second one is like, oh my god, that one was hard.
Oh,
to
the
get
songs
through.
seem pretty good.
No, they're not.
I like the one in the second one.
But
Raise
the
the golf
third one I
course.
didn't.
I'm not
the
gonna sing
third
it,
one I haven't seen.
but-
And I don't have to watch it because it was a theatrical movie.
Oh, come on. You got to finish out the trilogy.
Dude, I am not watching a 2-hour High School Musical movie, but I do have to watch. We haven't watched this one yet. I do have to watch. Sharpay's Fabulous Day or Out or something.
Was that a Disney Channel movie?
Yeah, it's like a spin-off from it.
Okay. Well, when we do our High School Musical episode, we'll have to watch that one as well.
Yeah,
To kind of put it all
I
together.
haven't watched that one yet. That's one of like the some I have left. That one looks really bad. It's like Sharpay goes to Broadway. The best character in High School Musical is like Sharpay's like evil like gay brother. That guy's
Oh, yeah, I like that guy.
hilarious. Yeah,
He's
funny.
been in like some films. He's been in like he's a good
He was
actor,
in
I think.
another. He was in another Disney original movie that was really bad, but it like wasn't his fault. But he's like really good in that role.
I thought he's been in a couple Disney movies. I could have sworn I saw him in some other like DComs.
It's possible. I've only seen
Maybe not.
I've only seen one more movie he's in, and he plays like the love interest.
To a man?
No, to a girl.
Ah, Disney, come on. Weren't progressive enough back then. Yes, I mean, for the first film as it is, I mean, by the end of it, what are you guys thinking? I mean, did you like it? Did you laugh? Like, what are the general kind of feelings you got from just this first one?
I laughed. I didn't think it was. I thought it was bad. It's not something I would just like want to like watch again. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, that was what it was, but I didn't think it was like nauseatingly bad or anything. I thought it was like entertaining enough. It wasn't like too long. It was just like not good.
Yeah. Jeremy, what about you?
I definitely think it's the best of the three. I think it's just stupid enough that it made me laugh way more than any of the other movies.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. Where this one like just actually just was a stupid movie that just didn't like try to be anything but a stupid movie, and there was way more that made me laugh in it than anything else.
So, Jimmy, what made you bring up what made you want to talk about the Fred trilogy? I mean, it's not like an
I don't know. It's
anniversary or
just a
anything like that.
stupid idea.
just
Whoever
came to you?
talk about Fred the movies, the trilogy.
I don't know, man. Well, now we are. So we've talked about the first one at least, but yeah, I mean, it's Fred the movie, man. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense. You know exactly what you're getting into if you know the character. If you don't know the character, and you got to watch this film. Well, good lord, man, you might be scratching your head a couple times. But it's exactly what you know. What they should have used that tagline instead of pieces. They should have done it for this. You know, it's exactly what you think it is. Fred the movie. It's exactly what you think it is. Closing thoughts or any kind of last opinions you guys want to bring up on this one?
Don't expect fucking Gone with the Wind. Just watch the movie. It's absolutely horrible, but it still has enough jokes that I fucking laughed out loud. And we didn't even talk about John Cena. Are we not going to talk about John Cena?
Oh,
He's
let's talk
not
about
that
John
prominent.
Cena.
Yeah, he's
Let's
not that
talk about John
prominent in
Cena.
this one. That's why I think we kind of lost
But
over
John
him.
Cena's still in the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
He
Yes,
is in the
John Cena
goddamn movie. He
plays-
does a lot of physical humor.
Yes. John Cena plays
the
John
father
Cena
of Fred.
in full getup as Fred's dad, who you don't really know whatever happened to Fred's dad. But John Cena plays
Yeah, they don't really
Fred's-
explain that, do they?
No.
No, we don't need to get into all that.
Maybe it's in the
Why?
book.
You don't
Fred
want to
is
go into
Fred.
the emotional damage of why Fred's fucked up.
I don't know, maybe a backstory there or something. Some good kind of emotional trauma. What about the park ranger guy? He kept saying "damn." The effeminate I can't say that word. Effeminate park ranger who kept saying, "We got a big old dam here. It's the biggest dam you ever see."
I don't remember him honestly.
All right. Well, anyways, moving on from there. So, all right, Fred the movie. There it is. Any last thoughts?
If you like Freddy Got Fingered, as Roger Ebert would say, Fred the obnoxious retard. I'm just going to leave it at that.
There you go.
It's not Gord the annoying retard. It's Fred the obnoxious retard.
I'm Mr. Devlin, the music teacher.
An umbrella in the sunlight, the burying stuff in his backyard, Kevin's new haircut. You look like Robert Pattinson if he were stupid. Mr. Devlin is a vampire.
What's a vampire?
You know, like a girl.
There's a weird kid here. I fear for my life.
This Halloween, to save this town
You could become famous, Fred.
from a living nightmare,
The gig is up, Fred.
Fred will do things he never dreamed possible. Join internet sensation
Fred!
and wrestling superstar John Cena.
You're not really gonna stab him, are you?
Well, yeah, he's a vampire, Dad.
Try not to get any blood in your shirt, okay?
Okay.
Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. The brand new
After
movie produced
2010, 1 year later, we had Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. The plot of Fred 2 is the movie follows Fred Figglehorn developing a relationship with his new music teacher, Mr. Devlin, who he suspects is a vampire. Fred 2. The film received mixed to negative reviews. It was, however, considered an improvement over the original. The Nickelodeon TV premiere drew 5.7 million viewers.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Let's see. The
I mean,
fight
that's the
scene.
audience.
The fight scene on WWE for Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred, was started filming on Wednesday, April 27, 2011. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we'll get into that scene. That scene is definitely the worst part of the movie. The movie was filmed in 3D and originally intended to be released in theaters, but only got a TV and DVD release. The UK version cuts following from the movies. I Look Like Crap and Fred's Dad Wrestling Fred. Yeah, that's some.
How'd they cut that out?
I have no
Too
idea.
violent?
This movie was directed by John Fortenberry, who has directed some absolutely bangers, including the absolute classic film Night at the Roxbury, one of my favorite 90 comedies. And he's directed a lot of TV shows. Lots of TV. He's definitely a TV director, but he's just a shit ton of TV shows. And Night at the Roxbury. And for some reason, he said, yeah, I'll do Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. What's an amazing... well, he did direct Blue Mountain State as well, which is what the first director shot. So maybe they sat in their trailers and they talked about Fred and drew up this idea of Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred.
It's possible.
This movie is, like Dan says, has more of a plot for sure. But it's just basically more of the same bullshit. Dan, what do you think about Fred 2?
I think Fred 2 is an improvement over the first one. It has a lot of the same pitfallings or pit traps, I don't know what the term is, as the first one. We didn't even talk about the first one. I mean, the first one and this one open up with an abrasive opening where Fred is just running at the camera, just screaming. And I'm like, my gosh, man, what a way to start a film. But I think this one overall it looks like a higher budget. I mean, it looks better shot. There's more locations. There's more characters. There's more of a cohesive narrative, where the first one is a headache that just kind of meanders. This one feels more like an average kind of TV family movie that I thought was fine for what it was. I have no strong opinions on this, positively or negatively. Tyler, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree that definitely has more of a plot, but I also would argue that's why it suffers, because it doesn't have as much leeway to just do random, stupid, non sequitur things that at least kind of made the movie a little bit more entertaining. It definitely has like an arc there, here, there. It has its moments, but I think it kind of just ends up being a bad movie instead of being like a really stupid movie. I mean,
this one does have Kevin in his
Kevin definitely gets the most gets his spotlight in this movie. It's probably a response to people liking the first one with him in it. But
also of note that both Jeanette McCurdy and Pixie Lott declined to return, so instead Fred has to, in a flashback, be Judy, and we also have replacing Jeanette McCurdy as his character, or as his actor, Daniela Monet or Monette.
She's a Nick star. She was in Justified and some other stuff.
She's been in a bunch of stuff here. I'm looking at her IMDb. She was on Victorious. She was on.
So that makes sense. Yeah. This one, when I was reading about the first one, they tried to I guess make it like a theatrical release, but they opted to just repeat the debuted it on Nickelodeon, so that probably means that's why the first one is a little bit more risque, because they didn't really have Nickelodeon in mind, but they landed distribution there. For this one, especially if they're putting a Nickelodeon star in it to replace Jeanette McCurdy, is probably had the Nickelodeon premiere already planned going into it.
Yeah, and this one at the beginning is distributed by Lionsgate, and I think the third one was as well.
They're
Yeah,
all
and the third
maybe
one, I
not
was like,
Lionsgate.
what the fuck?
They
I
all
thought these
are.
were goofy YouTube movies. I was so like shocked, like at
They
the
all have the
production value.
classic, the old school classic Lionsgate logo intro.
They should have used the red one for this one, like they do for the Saw movies. After all,
Ooh,
this
that's a
is
good
Night of the
idea.
Living Fred.
It's basically
true.
Fright Night.
That's exactly what it is. It's Fright Night, probably on the same level as the remake, honestly, in terms of quality wise. I mean,
Oh,
He's gonna love that comment.
did you like the remake?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's just whatever.
You guys want to read the parent guide?
Yeah, why not? Severe.
Fred
That's what
2,
it puts severe as all.
Wait, let me go back and read Fred the movie's parent guide.
Yeah,
first.
come on.
We gotta keep continuity. I gotta say it. All right, here we go. Fred the movie on IMDb, the parent guide of Fred the movie. If there there is one. Yes, there is. 77 out of 242 found this mild in the sex and nudity category. And one scene, a close-up shot of a girl's chest and black bra briefly happens. While there is no sex or nudity involved, the whole movie is about Fred finding his crush, whom he is extremely attractive to. Some innuendo that will go over kids' head, like when Fred's mom says she met his dad 15 years ago, and Fred says he's 15. Fred goes to a laundromat and takes off all his clothes except for his underwear. The violence and gore section, 11 out of 203 people found this moderate. Kevin falls off his treadmill, breaking his arm. Fred's father smashes a face in Fred's face. Fred's father body slams Fred. The movie is not violent, but Fred's father, played by John Cena, beats Fred up in comedic ways. Profanity, 50 out of 195 people found this mild. Mild name calling, spaceman, dork, big fat nothing, etc. During Fred's journey to find Judy's house, he's seen going to the city dam. Fred says damn, and the security officer come over and said, damn indeedy, and tells Fred to watch his mouth. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. 10 out of 180 people found this moderate. In one scene, Fred's mother is shown holding what appears to be a can of beer. She looks drunk. Fred's mother is often shown as lazy and delusional, and she never gives Fred good advice. She has narcolepsy. Judging from this behavior, she definitely has a drinking problem. Frightening and intense scenes. 10 out of 176 people found this moderate. Later in the movie, Fred learns out that he was a mistake. The movie tends to glorify obsessing over someone and then stalking them. Spoilers. The parent guide items below may give away important plot points. Fred projectile vomits on Judy at her house party. Judy is clearly disgusted by this. Fred walks into the woods 10 years later to find his friend holding a toy ball. His friend has an overall disheveled appearance. His friend was stuck in the woods the whole time. There you go. Parent's Guide of Fred the movie. All right.
Wow.
Parent Guide of Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. Sex and nudity, severe. 66 out of 125 people found this severe. Fred is seen shirtless and references to boobs as dancing pecs.
Oh my god.
Fred.
That many people were like,
oh, good heavens.
Fred viciously makes out with the doorknob in a dream sequence with a whale watching. Then he jumps out a 2-story window in which his dad catches him and body slams him. Some age-appropriate flirting between middle schoolers. Fred refers to himself as hot at one point. Fred's mom flirts shamelessly with one of his teachers and wears some trampy outfit to attract his attention, though there's no physical contact or outright mention of sex. So that means why it's severe. Violence and gore, severe. 47 of 90 people found this severe.
Severe.
Fred falls out of a high window with no lasting injuries. Fred's father puts Fred in a chokehold. In a dream sequence, Fred's music teacher is a vampire fly that sucks Fred dry of his blood. Fred's deflated self is cartoonish. After he was sucked dry of his blood, he has his clothes, shoes, and a hand-drawn face. Lots of slapstick mishaps and some roughing up in a WWE-inspired scene. A lot of fake
Some
blood
roughing up.
sprays. Yeah, it's not inspired. It is a WWE scene. A lot of fake blood sprays from a fake stab wound. Fred records his music teacher's kitchen and tells viewers on his webcam that the slices of meat in the kitchen are human. This claim is soon debunked. Profanity, severe. 48 out of 88 found this severe. Fred isn't allowed to swear, so he creates catchphrases that are meant to be closely resemble cursing without actually committing the act. For example, oh my gamut. What the HE double hockey sticks is another one of his catchphrases. You'll hear him persuade or curse a lot. Other marginal words include butt, shut up, and stupid. Fred's mom says I look like crap. Frightening and intense scenes is the last one. Severe. 45 out of 83 people found this severe. A lot of fake blood sprays from a fake stab wound. This could disturb children. Fred dresses up as a vampire and pretends to die from a fake stab wound to his chest in front of several people. There you go. That's the parent's guide to Fred 2.
I feel like I just watched the movie all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you got the. Although it was funny, I was watching 2 and 3 on Tubi, and anytime he says "Oh my gamut," it registered as "damn it." So I'm thinking that's not good for the kids watching this. They're gonna think he's saying the D word, man. So we can't be having that. But above all else, man, I mean, so this movie is about is Moodz dating a vampire. So the title, Night of Living Fred doesn't really make a lot of sense, man. I mean, actually about zombies, man. We're talking about vampires, so I mean, you got a problem right there from the start. But yeah, I mean, the film, like the first one, it's got a lot of non sequiturs that don't really lead to the overall kind of plot, which is fine. I mean, it adds to some kind of comedic sequences, but there are some times in this where it really just does kind of meander off. That whole WWE sequence, man, I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is just going on and on and on because they had access to the SmackDown arena. They were able to do that, and that's fine. But watching that, I'm just like, man, can we go back to the film?
It was hilarious. I loved it.
Kevin was beating the hell out of Fred in the ring, man. I didn't approve of that.
Dude, I was laughing. That was my favorite John Cena gag of the series.
What, him bringing Fred into the arena?
Yeah, I was fucking dying at that.
That scene is the most idiotic.
Imagine being
scene
in the audience for that
franchise. It's
Dude,
fucking
I'm so happy.
It's like a 5-minute fake fucking WWE match.
You just imagine, like, stick around after the show and be in the Fred movie.
Fred 2,
right?
Night of the Living Fred, with John Cena, who's supposed to not be John Cena and supposed to be Fred's dad, even though it says John Cena everywhere on the Jumbotron, and somebody in the audience is even holding a sign that says John Cena something. I can't remember what it says. I don't know.
I figured it would say like John Figglehorn or something like that, or I don't know. You can give him like a different name.
John Cena is not going to be in this movie. A bunch of people are going to see it outplastering his name and merch everywhere. Let's be real.
I mean, I bet you WWE did probably give him a shit ton of money to fucking.
It's funny, doesn't he quote Vince McMahon in this too? He's like, as Vince McMahon said.
Yep.
That didn't age well.
Say that.
Yeah.
As he said, now shit on her. Oh man.
And turn around.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought I thought the new additions to the cast, Danielle Monette, and Seth Morris, who plays Mr. Devlin, which is an anagram for devil. They want you to know that in the film. I thought they both were very good in their roles. They were very good additions to the film. No one in this, surprisingly enough, for the kind of film that it is, I can't speak. No one stands out as outright bad.
I don't know. I think the scene in the diner with her being the fucking waitress was absolutely putrid, horrible.
I didn't mind that. I thought she was playing it up. She was fine in that role. Between this, more so this than Fred 1 or Fred 3, I thought everyone was fine. There was no one that stood out where I'm like, what are we doing, man?
I don't know. I think pre-Ted Ariel Winter kind of sucked it up too.
Oh, I forgot she was in that. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, she was bad.
I didn't think she was great, but
I mean, she's awful.
I didn't think she was great. I thought she was just serviceable for what it was.
Really?
I like the idea of Fred having to go out and get different kind of objects to kill the vampires. He steals a sign that has a cross on it. He tries to get garlic and all that. It was, I don't know, cute little moments like that. I thought kind of added to the overall narrative more.
I don't know. That seems very racist.
What? Which one?
With the garlic sauce.
Oh
yeah,
I guess you're right. Well, hey, you know what? Yeah, that is. You know what? Hey, man, no one's perfect. Also, why was this is off topic? Why was Fred using like a 2001 like Mac in
I
his
saw
living
that
room?
the Red
This movie
Mac.
came out in 2011. It was why. Also, he's not on YouTube anymore. So I guess they couldn't get that, so he's on BlueTube. And I'm thinking, well, thank God he's not on RedTube, man. That'd be bad for his character to be on that site. But
Great
the
joke,
rest
Dan.
kind of remains there.
Thanks for contributing that
Thank you.
joke to the podcast.
I texted my girlfriend that I said I'm going to use this joke on the episode. She said do it. So I was hoping it would go over bigger, but it didn't.
Amazing.
So whatever.
10 out of 10. Hilarious.
Thank you.
You're
Really?
most welcome.
Really? Are you laughing?
Very good.
Man,
I'm
I feel
laughing.
honored for that. Thank you, guys.
Did they have
I'm
live
gonna
streaming
just
like
put that
that back
joke
in
throughout the episode.
2011 like that, where you could just live stream off his phone? Is that even a thing?
Maybe not on your phone. I don't remember. I didn't get an iPhone.
I
till
think they did
2010,
for like
so I don't
Justin
know if you
TV.
know.
Justin TV.
I think
Jimmy,
it was
you want-
very new if you could.
Jim, you
Yeah.
want to point out the technical problem in that scene when he's live streaming? Come on, you're the guy who notices all the technical stuff. There's a big one.
A big
What is it?
It's
I
that he's
probably
on.
noticed it.
He's just on the camera app. He's not even live streaming. He's just opening the camera and like he's gonna take a picture. And it's like I'm live streaming to the world. I noticed that. I was like, what?
And how does he have a good enough
Couldn't do
signal
that
to
back then,
fucking
yeah.
live stream? It was 2011. It's not like he had fucking
He's on.
5G ultra
Well,
wide.
They,
back then,
they were
probably.
hoping kids in 2011 didn't notice that.
Well, unfortunately, people
I mean,
don't
yeah,
watch
I guess
movies
you're-
with
you're watching
with a
this in 20
magnifying glass like I do.
Yeah, I know you're probably
Yeah.
worse than me. I know he should
You know-
all the time. That drives me
Oh.
insane. I kind of wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Like
What
how
was that?
Kevin has a tattoo in his
I always
movie,
think
even
of,
though he's supposed to be in fucking like 8th grade. He has a fucking
how
music note
bad he
tattoo.
is. Yep, on his arm. That's how bad he is.
But then in the next movie, it's gone.
Maybe it was temporary tattoo.
Yeah,
Ah,
He is in 8th grade
Very
after
good.
all.
very good. Dan.
exactly. Maybe his mom.
Thanks,
was
See-
like,
thanks for
cover
pointing that
up.
out. I totally did not
The script-
think of that scenario in my brain.
The script writers, they think ahead of these things. They know they're gonna make a Fred 2. They realize, okay, it has to be a temporary tattoo. So yeah, it's like they plan it out ahead. It's like Lord of the Rings, they plan for the next movie.
Now, Tyler, let me ask you a question. Does any of these Disney Channel original movies have sexual jokes like these movies do?
One of the new ones is really bad. There's a new one called Prom Pact.
Yeah.
And there's a part in it where like the guy goes like, I'm talking, he's like, I forgot like what is it, but he's like, I'm talking about P in the V. He's like, have you ever put the P in the V? That's like the craziest thing I've heard in the movie, like in a Disney movie. He said like
That's-
literally said like I'm talking about put the P in the V.
Nice. I wonder if he put it in her B and her
Good
M as
Lord.
well.
It was in this movie Prom Pact.
Good
Nice.
Lord.
And that showed on the Disney Channel. Was this like a Disney Plus?
Dude, oh my
exclusive?
god, what's like so this is like I always like I it's funny this came up because I always like send Dan a picture of this actor. I'm like, and I'm just like, that's you, because in this movie he acts exactly like Dan does.
Oh, sorry. I think can you guys still hear me?
Yeah,
My microphone just
now I
connected
can
for a
hear you. I didn't hear you for a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like so like I always said like I said damn pictures of this guy from the movie Zombies, like the zombie series. I'm like, this is you. That same actor is the one who says this line, and he acts like Dan in this movie. So I'm always like, this is Dan.
Damn, man. I got my side project being in these damn Disney Channel movies.
It's fucking hilarious.
Does he have the sex mustache like
God,
that?
maybe.
No, he doesn't have the mustache.
Yeah,
But-
you got the
Oh,
pervert.
unfortunately.
Ah, man.
That is very sad.
Damn. Well, maybe in the next film he'll get one. He could be a
He's
total
definitely their
sex
next
fiend
like
myself.
if like there's another like Disney kid that gets big, he's gonna be the next one. You can tell he's like better than like everybody else in the movie, and like he can like do the singing and dancing thing.
Who was like the last big like Disney kid to like kind of break out of the
Oh, there's a
deep
bunch
end?
now. Well, you have like Zendaya, you have Zac Efron.
Oh, I mean like new. I mean Zac Efron's like, likes like
Yeah, well, that's been a long
2007,
time. I mean Zendaya probably, I guess.
Yeah, I guess she's like, being in Dune and all that. And, but I don't really know. Like, I mean,
Was
Jake
it
Paul-
Austin Butler? Austin Butler, I think, was in
Was he?
some Disney movies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
Huh.
was in some Disney movies.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't really know a lot of contemporary sort of Disney actors, but maybe there's
I don't know
some
anyone
that-
else, but like I can tell just by watching these because this kid's like If they're gonna like make you like the star of a series, they probably have faith in you.
That's true.
So
that's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
and there's like a
Um,
fourth one of that zombies movies coming out too, and that prom pack movie is also like pretty new. So like they obviously like this
okay.
is like their guy.
Hey Dan, should we review the P
Okay.
and the Fee movie?
Maybe we could review the P and the V movie. That's a possibility.
Sounds great. Let's pair it up with
I
the
wouldn't
new
turn it
version
Yeah,
down.
of the Fee
honestly,
movie.
it's
That's a good
like
idea.
obnoxiously bad, but it's actually probably like a top 25 one because it's just like entertaining.
Damn, that's not really saying much. So top 25 is kind of like, it's like there's got
Yeah,
be
but
some
you're
stuff
still in
there.
like you're in like watchable territory. You're in like this
Okay,
is
so-
not good, but it's like not like bad.
Okay, so top 25 is like watchable then.
Yeah,
All right.
It's
So
better than Fred
would the top
3?
5 be like, oh yeah, it's better.
it's better than all the Fred movies.
better than Fred 2. Come on.
It's better than all these movies.
I don't know why Dan sucks Fred
what
2's
the hell?
dick so
Yeah,
hard.
it's weird. I think he likes the
I
Korean
I like
guy.
it. It was
He's
cute.
like-
I don't know. I
He
didn't
likes
mind
the
it.
Korean guy. He's like, oh, he thought he was a vampire.
He-
He's just like this kind of kooky guy that really likes Korean culture. For some
Listen,
wholesome
guys, you mix
reason.
up Devlin. You
You
mix
fucking
Devil.
cried, didn't you?
I did cry Willy Wonka recently. Again.
Oh,
I was on the phone with my
almost said
girlfriend and we were watching it.
it. I almost said it. I caught myself.
You
I
say
almost
it. No
said
one
it.
watches this channel anyways. Say it.
I almost
Say it.
said it. Nope. I'm not.
You can say
I'm
it.
not
It's a
gonna.
safe space.
I'm not gonna offend
no one listening.
my friends from the LGBTQ plus XT4 community.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
See,
They're listening
I even
for you,
offended
Jeremy.
by
They like
saying
you.
that.
He didn't offend me, but someone
Jeremy.
someone somewhere is gonna hear that and go, oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeremy, this is a safe space. You say what you want. You say what you want about Fred 2, Night Living Fred. I don't care.
I was
I
surprised
thought
with
it was
with
cute.
the-
I didn't think it was
with
good.
the blood squirting. I was surprised with that because when he stabbed him with that
When
stake,
he
it was like
gets stabbed.
yeah, it's just like full ass fucking gore, like shooting from his chest. I don't know.
That's why I felt higher budgeted. This they could do stuff like that. It just feels like more money's put into this because it's Lionsgate.
Yeah,
I just thought, I thought it definitely showed on screen, not just how it looked, but different locations, some of the costumes, some of the visuals, and all that. Some like the practical stuff, like the gore. It all kind of felt a bit more professional rather than the first one feeling kind of thrown together and just, well, what are we going to do next? Well, he's going to do this, and then after he's going to do that, and then
what about
feels
the
a bit more
Twilight
cohesive, to say
vampire
the least.
scene? What do you guys think about that?
That was dated.
That was kind of funny.
That's very, very dated.
Fred's
I never saw
unshirtless
Twilight,
on
so I
a-
can't say.
I've
on a
only seen
very
the first
buff
one.
body.
The first
Well,
one.
unfortunately,
like,
I was supposed to
miserably
see
bad.
all of them. Fortunately, I was supposed to see all of them, but I couldn't attend that show. Unfortunately,
You could, you just chose not to.
I don't know about that.
What would you have made time to watch all the Twilight movies? and talk
Probably
about it on
me
that
and Dave
episode?
were supposed to watch all of them and review them, but then I got canceled, so we didn't get to do it.
Hey, you can always watch from here, man.
Oh yeah, you want to do it, Dan? You want to watch all the Twilight movies? Oh, Tyler wasn't on that show either. We should totally watch all
Hey,
the Twilight movies.
we
I
can
watched
watch
the
it.
first
Why
one and
not?
it was miserable. It was so long. It was so fucking boring.
We should get my redemption. We should totally
I-
fucking watch the Twilight movies.
There's what, 4 of them, 5
There's
of
too
them.
many.
There's 5 of them.
There's
If
too many.
There's
There
two of
you
them.
go.
There's too many. The first one was like miserable.
Damn.
Soundtrack's fucking banging
Did it-
though. The first movie.
I don't know about that.
The first soundtrack of Twilight's fucking banging. It's all the fucking awesome bands from that time.
Who's on the
period.
soundtrack? I don't remember.
Paramore, My Chemical Romance. Let me see.
That does sound
I thought-
good.
I thought Michael Grimmers turned down that movie. No,
I hope they did. That would make me happy.
that was the thing because they did the Yo Gabba Gabba episode instead.
Muse, Linkin Park, Paramore. I don't know. It's a good soundtrack. You guys are fucking homos.
I didn't say anything. I just didn't listen to it. I didn't see the fucking movie.
Oh, we should do the Twilight movies.
I must have been distracted because this movie was miserable.
Yeah, well,
What, you think
let's do
Fred
it.
2
Let's
is
watch
maybe-
Yeah,
Twilight.
there's 5 of them. Absolutely not.
Come on, Tyler. You know you want to get MK in on this.
Dude, she's not gonna want to watch these. These are
Come on.
miserable.
We'll talk about it in a couple weeks in Ohio.
Oh no, man.
What was I going to say next? I'm looking at my notes here, seeing if I missed anything.
Can't believe this motherfucker took notes on Fred 2.
I take notes on everything I watch. What are you talking about? If I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to take notes on it, my man.
Okay,
You should see the notes that I write for my my adult film episodes, man. Those things are just littered with notes. It's insane. But just to be as professional as possible. But I think I kind of ran through a lot of what I wanted to say, and I think you guys kind of mentioned a lot as well. I even mentioned the Twilight reference on here, even though the CGI, I was laughing before. I made this joke with you in private, Jerry, but I'll say it again: is that in the Twilight scene, they have Fred who's shirtless, who's like really buff, he's got a 6-pack, and they put his face on somebody else's body, and the CGI on that still looked better than the alien Romulus deep fake. That looked just awful. Still funny. I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not of the three. I'm the most apathetic about this. I don't think it's very good or very bad. I think it's a fine family movie. If you're a parent, you got kids, you throw it on. I don't think you'd be as annoyed as if you watched the first one or the third one. This is a totally serviceable, totally fine Halloween kind of film. You got some cute moments. It's very inoffensive. I don't really have any strong opinions on it. What about you guys?
Sucks.
Yeah,
okay.
It sucks. Not as sucks as much as Fred 3, but
it's getting to the point where
funny.
it's like, okay, like it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was like I would not want to watch that again, and it felt longer than 80 minutes.
It's not nowhere near as funny and stupid as the first movie.
Yeah, I was pretty done with this movie by the end of it. I'd be like, yeah, like by the end of this, I was pretty done with this movie.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
That's all right. Well, Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. We come all over sort of the radar.
Do you think people understand what Fred 2 is about? We'd even say what the plot
I mean, it's a pretty easier plot to follow than the first or the third, I would say. Especially the third.
I'd say about the same.
Disagree. All right, that's
fair. I don't think either of them are hard to follow though. Like I think those ones actually had a plot. The first one just like didn't really have a plot, but I didn't think it really tried to.
Yeah, the first one, the backdrop of trying to find Judy is just decoration for different kind of comedic sequences, which is fine in its own right. I just wish the film had been better. I'm not expecting I ain't in third grade, man. I don't need like an ABC narrative. I just want a little more cohesion for the film, but to each their own. But yeah, man, Fred 2. Last thoughts before we move on to the final part of the trilogy?
It sucks.
Okay.
It blows.
Not as much as Fred 3, but
it blows. I thought it was okay.
Every summer, we compete in the summer camp games. Every year, Camp Superior has taken home the trophy.
It's the Camp Champs.
Guten Tag, Torch Snorkel.
Versus the Camp Chumps. And if Fred Figglehorn has his say,
I will beat Camp Superior.
The underdogs will have their day.
Time for the losers to have the spotlight for once. Oh yeah.
Enough!
Now, it's Fred, the one that would lead this camp to victory.
Join the greatest battle ever waged.
For the best and me and the worst.
For the greatest summer of all time.
1 year later, in 2012, we have Fred 3 Camp Fred. The synopsis: when school is out, Fred Figglehorn experiences a summer camp nightmare. This movie is directed by one Mr. Jonathan Judge, and he's made such classics as A Whole Shitload of TV and anything of note important that Mr. Judge has made. Skyward, which is a TV movie. Nothing major. Big Time Rush, another annoying kids.
They're
TV
coming.
show.
They're coming to play near us, Tyler, in October
Oh,
at the Big E.
ooh.
Big Time Rush is still around.
They are, and they're playing near us. Maybe we'll go see them and text you about it.
How are they still around, those guys?
Someone's listening to them.
The Big E is like playing the county fair.
It is, but they get like big acts, which is kind of funny. They have
I'm
like
always
Big
amazed
Time
at
Rush.
I'm always amazed at how many people actually travel to like come to the Big E.
Last time I was there, I got very sick, so I ain't going back.
I
I
haven't
ate
been for
that
a long
food.
time. I guess they
Yeah.
treat their animals like horribly. So I
Oh,
think
really? That
yeah.
sucks.
There's
I
something that
feel bad
came
for animals
out.
in those kind of events.
Yeah, there's something that came out about like the world's giant horse that's like was like god awful, but like
Oh,
you're
that
treating them.
sucks. That's
All
sad.
right. Fred 3 parent guide. Sex
Oh, yeah,
and
of course.
nudity. Severe. 62 out of 112 people found this severe.
NC-17.
Back at home, back at Fred's home, Fred's mother receives a soldier massage from a pizza delivery man. Near the end, a woman wears a revealing strapless dress. The camp nurse wears skimpy clothes, which I may add, she is very hot. Fred's mother has a different boyfriend in each Fred movie. She is a prostitute.
Some angry mother wrote that.
Some of the campers find the camp nurse to be hot. I do too. Violence and gore, severe. 53 out of 93 found this severe. A group of campers have a corpse inside a body bag. They take the body bag to a hole in the ground that they call the rat hole. That's not true. A camp counselor has a mosquito bite on his forehead. He discusses sucking the pus out of the mosquito bite with a turkey baster. Where the fuck was that? Is that a thing? Maybe I
don't know. I missed that.
Spaced out. A camp counselor has an oversized bee sting on his face. He has a little trouble breathing. Fred gets poison ivy on his face. The camp counselors failed to provide the campers with health care and proper living conditions. What the fuck is that shit? A teen boy accidentally strikes another teen boy unconscious with a javelin. A camp counselor creeps on a group of campers wearing a crocky berry moose outfit. Bear beats the camp counselor with a log. However, the camp counselor has no lasting injuries. Fred eats poisonous berries and vomits. Fred tries to leave camp I want a pee-pee, but are caught by several people, including the camp cook, who points their rifles at him. The next day, a girl eats a spoonful of gruel and pulls a severed finger out of her mouth. She finds out that the camp cook cut up Fred and put him in the gruel. Fred's head is shown on a canister full of gruel. This all takes place in a dream sequence. Really? No shit. Fred's father puts Fred in a chokehold and then body slams him. A camp counselor pulls off his face, reveals that he has a rat face. Profanity. Severe. Fred's fatal curse word gamut is used 11 times throughout the film. Screw is used twice. Dork and spaz are used. In it, at the beginning, Fred says, damn it. The hospital guy says, damn it, we lost him. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Severe. Fred eats poisonous berries that makes him hallucinate and float around. Frightening and intense scenes. Severe. Character creeps on a bunch of campers wearing a crocky bear moose outfit. Fred beats the character with a log. More about his hallucinations. Sex and nudity. At the end, Kevin gets his clothes pulled off his body by a vacuum tube. He is shown in his underwear running away in embarrassment. At one scene, a guy trips because he thinks a girl is super hot. Amazing. That's it. That's Fred 3, Camp Fred. I mean, that's better than
was
the whole
pretty
movie
severe.
itself. I mean, that's better
Yeah,
than the
man.
movie.
You know,
This was like
that's what it is.
heavyweights,
Camp
but
3.
instead of fat kids, they were just dorks.
The movie is one of
Yeah.
the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life.
This movie was so fucking boring.
Oh my God.
Movie would have been in my worst movies I've ever seen tier if Kevin hadn't showed up. I got
Yeah, he
so
doesn't show up
excited
until the
when
end of the
Kevin
movie.
showed up. I literally screamed, Kevin! Like in excitement when he finally showed up to bring the movie back to life. There was
It's
like no
very
Bertha
tired
in
plot.
this too.
Oh yeah, she was in one scene early on.
Yeah, she was at the
Like,
beginning and then she was just gone, and she was like kind of a pivotal part of the last two movies, so I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, she ain't going to camp, man. She's staying home for that. She ain't going to camp. I want pee-pee with all the dudes. Not a lot of chicks there. Just a lot of
Camp
dudes.
I Want a PP. What a great name.
And what's Tom Arnold's character's name? Like Spunkmeister or Spunkmayer or something with spunk in the name. I thought it was a little weird.
Yes, as you guys
Remember-
just heard, Tom Arnold is in this movie.
Floyd Spunkmeyer. Thank you. Tom Arnold, who looks like he is on drugs in this film. He looks like he doesn't know what he's acting in. And also, Fred's ma, played by Fred's ma, whatever. Does she have like dentistry surgery lately? Like her mouth sounds numb, man. She sounds like I don't know what's going on. Like she's slurring her words. That was very bizarre, man. They never explain that.
Yeah, this movie's
Why
just
don't they
fucking
explain it?
boring. I don't
It's a
know.
very tired
it's-
plot. It's very
Yeah,
redundant.
I was pretty Fred had played himself out by the time this movie came around.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
then he
think
made a
it's a
whole
bad
fucking
idea.
TV show with 28 episodes.
Yeah, not for me. This one I didn't really like have much fun with. I thought this one was a slog.
Oh, big time.
It's a very the same kind of plot you always get with these summer camp
It
films.
just
like
got
we're talking about.
every movie. It got worse. Like with every movie, I felt like.
I disagree, but I will say this is definitely the weakest of the three,
Yeah,
unquestionably.
this is clear cut the weakest.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's the most uninspired of the three. It's not crazy enough as the first. It's not as I would say fair enough as the second, but you may disagree with that. It's mostly just kind of.
I can see your point though.
Fall.
Like it's like a pretty inoffensive, just like family like kid movie. I can see your point with that.
And the thing with this one is that the idea of having this outsider coming in and trying to, get the loser camp together to beat the other camp. I mean, it's very much, like Meatballs, Ernest goes to camp. It's a very tired plot, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact is, this film doesn't really
comparing Fred 3 to fucking Meatballs and Ernest Goes to Camp. How dare you?
Because they're summer camp films. Yeah, those are
How
better films.
dare
I'm
you.
saying.
I compared it to Heavyweights. I think that's a better movie.
There we go.
Yeah,
Put Heavyweights in the conversation.
It's Heavyweights with
Friday
dorks
the
instead of
13th.
fat kids. It's the same thing.
There you go. And but hey, like you said, we got Kevin back in this. We have Daddy Fred back in this, man. John Cena. It's some of the cast returns. This does feel, because as well it's distributed by Lionsgate, this feels again like it has a bit of a budget behind it. Some of the outdoor exteriors are very nice. I really like the camp setting. It feels very nostalgic. But what you guys are saying, I kind of have to echo, is that it just feels mostly kind of dull, mostly just kind of monotonous, of not even a whole lot of humor, just a lot of redundant scenes and just a lot of meandering.
Like I said, I only left one time, and that's when John Cena came out of the old refrigerator that was in the junkyard. Because
That was a good,
running
yeah, I'll
gag.
give you that.
That was funny. That was the only funny part of the whole movie. Who are you, Moodz, cracking open a fucking beer halfway through my sentence?
I muted myself when I cracked open my second beer.
Oh,
I should have muted it. I think I'm on my fourth.
I muted it when I did my last one. I'm on my second, but I like to pack the tall boys for these shows.
See, I'm drinking a light beer, so it's not even really affecting me. It's kind of like
I'm drinking my seltzer beers.
Oh, I like that. I like seltzers, man. They're all right. I don't buy them, but my girlfriend buys them. They're good.
They're the only thing I drink now, because like you don't get like that like kind of like sloggy like hangover feeling from them.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's why I mainly just drink light beer at this point, so I don't have a
Yeah.
bad hangover. I can have a handful.
Oh man,
and feel
like that's why like
fine.
I could never like drink like a bunch of. Oh my god, I feel like.
Oh, I feel awful in the morning.
Oh.
You feel like you got somebody slamming your head.
You just feel like so full. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, you feel groggy. You feel full. That's a great point. Full. But anyway, back to Fred. So what do you guys think about the scene when he gets poison ivy on his eyes? Is that and the hot nurse has to treat him? What do you guys think of that?
I mean, you had to see the hot nurse eventually.
It was very nice. That actor, man, what's her name? She's been in some other stuff. I want to try to find her name here. Madison Riley plays the character Oksana.
Oh god, she's so fucking hot. She's the hottest fucking.
Oh, go on. Continue on.
I think we should review Bratz the movie, because she's in Bratz the movie. But we have to find another shitty down movie to pair it up to. What's another shitty?
She was somehow the trendy girl in Bratz the movie. Sorry, Bratz the movie, and also Bratz Passion for Fashion. How is she the trendy girl?
Is that live action?
I don't know. It's animated, and it came out a year before.
That would have been great. Bratz double feature.
I think there's probably more Bratz animated movies.
Man, what's another shitty?
Did you have Bratz when you were a kid?
No, I'm not. Oh, I almost said it again. No.
Yeah, you can say it. Go on, Jimmy. It's a safe space.
I'm not gonna say. What's another shitty live action movie that they turned an inanimate thing into a live action? There has to be
Max
one other
Steel.
one. Max Steel?
Yeah,
That's
I
that
had that as
robot
a
movie,
kid.
right?
No, it's like a guy who is like has like a part robot but mostly human.
That's not as lame as Bratz. We need something lame like Bratz.
I don't know. Those GI Joe movies are pretty crappy. So,
No, it's not as funny.
what are you trying to pair? A toy movie? What about Battleship? I saw that. I saw it in theaters, man.
Well, these are all big budget movies. We need something shitty like Bratz the movie.
Bratz had John Voight. It's got some
Really?
bugs behind it. Yeah.
I just remember somebody telling me that it's the worst movie they've ever seen.
People say about every movie.
I don't know. Fred 3 might be the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, it's not that bad. It's better than Spontaneous.
Oh,
It's
fuck
better
off.
than it's better than Megan is Missing.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah.
better than Megan's Missing.
Definitely better than Megan Goes Missing.
Megan
Yeah.
Goes Missing? Is that the sequel?
Yeah. It's just me sitting there with a gun in my mouth the whole time.
It's honestly like better than like a good handful of DCOM stuff.
Oh, no shit. Wow,
It's
okay.
better than Cheetah Girls too. That's the last one I watched. Oh my god, that one was real bad.
Yeah, you gave it like a half star. I mean, that's wild.
I've given a handful of these a half star. How many of these are given a half star now?
Man. What did you give Fred 3? A half star?
One.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I don't like. I've seen worse. I thought it was crappy, but I don't really.
I've
Have to, like,
given how many? Yeah, it didn't show my rating. Oh, I gave that one a half star too, and that one. Yeah, I see. Oh my god, I gave that a half star too. So yeah, I've given 11 and a half stars to Disney Channel original movies.
That's rough. 11 is way too high.
The highest ones I've given out, maybe was this 2.5? I've given out 4 3s, and those are the best ones.
I mean, 3 is respectable. 3 is like
I've given out 4 3s out of
What
over
else?
90.
okay.
You want to know who else gave something a 3? JP giving the Bunny Game a 3. Yeah, that's a thing.
I gave that
Really?
one. This movie's better than the Bunny Game.
Yeah, probably.
Fred 3 is better than the Bunny Game.
Yeah, Fred
Yeah.
is better. But I'd watch Fred again before I watch the Bunny Game again. The Bunny Game is like a fucking feature-length Marilyn Manson music video.
Yeah, I'd rather watch this as well. It's not quite as it's not quite of an endurance test in terms of his patience. No disrespect to the director. He's made, Dinner America. I think it's a very good film. But I just not a fan of that. Not a fan of the Money Game.
You
But
made some weird
what do you say the
experimental
musical
films
numbers
that a
of
lot
this?
of people have made weird movies like that, but most people just don't ever see the light of day. But his did. It is what it is.
Yep. You gotta get it out of your system before you eventually go on to do other things.
Yeah, your angsty like 20s
so-
stage.
Right. This movie has a couple of musical numbers. It starts out with one. It has a rap song. What did you guys think of those? Or do you think any of them were very good? Or added to the
No,
film,
they were
or
very
anything
bad.
of note?
This movie would have been strictly better if they weren't there.
Jamie, what about you?
Oh, they're awful. They contribute absolutely nothing to the movie. Tom Arnold singing made me want to stab my ears with a.
Yeah, it's like it's
knife.
one thing like if they're at least like good, but like they're bad. They're bad.
He
like
sounds
Tom-
like he's drunk in this film.
He's just not a good singer. It was what it
And
was.
like Tyler
Nah.
says, fucking Kevin doesn't show up until the end of the movie.
He has the best stuff.
If Kevin
He-
didn't show up, this might be a half-star movie. Kevin at least like uplifted it a little.
Yeah, Kevin's
that's
the
the
best part.
One great thread throughout them all. Kevin is always reliable. The actor whose name I don't have up right now, I apologize, but he's always a reliable source of quality and enthusiasm in these films. At least an enthusiasm that's welcome. It's like a light. When he shows up, it's like, okay, we're gonna have some fun banter between him and Fred. They have a good back and forth, and I think it works out well here. Is it cliche? Of course it is, the idea of this other camp going against, the better kind of camp, but I like it. I think it actually works out to a pretty enjoyable enough level, to say the least. But overall, the film itself is not very interesting. It's very dull. It's very monotonous. It's very repetitive. Isolated sequences that don't really add to anything, that just supply little kind of comedy beats, which are fine, but none of them are very funny. So what you're left with
None
is
of
kind
it
of
is funny.
waiting for No, I'm just saying though.
But what kind of
Comparatively so,
contest
it
is
doesn't
a
have to add to the
belching
plot.
contest? Like, what kind of fucking shit is that?
I mean, we had stuff like that at camp. We had like,
Belching
maybe not that
contest?
specifically, but no, I wouldn't have that specifically. People would do that.
Where's the gape asshole contest?
That's
that's
at
a nice
that's
one.
at the other camp, not with the
Oh
children.
yeah,
Yeah. You
That's at
dirty pervert.
that's at the Catholic camp.
Yes. Yeah, it's right across the street, actually.
Got it.
Yeah, Tom Arnold, he looks fucked up in this movie. I know he gets like, I don't know if he gets stung by a bee at one point. I'm trying to remember.
Well, I was wondering that
but
because
his
I was
voice
like
just
watching it, and I
sounds.
was like, all of a sudden his face is swelled. I was like, what the fuck happened to Tom Arnold? I must have spaced out. I had no idea why.
Yeah,
his
he said
face
like he
Yeah, I have no
spaced
idea.
out.
yeah, he gets stung by bees and he swells up or something. He actually addressed this like right at the beginning.
It's fucking
He got
stupid.
stung by a bee.
Then why is it all swollen at the end of the movie? If it's
Because he got stung by a bee. That's like the joke.
that's retarded.
Yeah, it didn't land.
You guys think they sell any actual "I Want a Pee Pee" shirts? I'd
Yeah,
probably buy one.
absolutely.
I'd probably buy one.
I'm sure you could find it.
I thought the toothpaste gag was stupid.
We gotta check camp. I want a pee-pee
I'm
shirt.
trying to remember the toothpaste gag.
The hot nurse give all the campers toothpaste as medicine.
Oh yeah.
And Fred's like, why am I gonna put toothpaste on my poison ivy?
Oh yeah, you can buy these.
What did you think of
I
Adam
got one for Dan.
Hirschman? You know anyone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What size are you? Extra small?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I'm actually like kid size. Yeah. If you can give me one, that'd be
Got it.
really appreciated.
No problem.
Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
No problem. Get you matching
yeah, but
whitey tidies.
Oh really? You get that from me?
Yeah, it's coming it'll be post dressed
Yeah.
from the Sean C. Phillips fan club.
Yeah, I mean I wonder if he ever got that beer that you sent him inadvertently.
I don't know.
I guess we'll never know.
He stole $100. He stole $100.
Yeah, he stole-
No, he
he
did
stole
it. He
100
named
bucks.
a character Jeremy in that movie. I posted it on the 22 shots of Moodz.
No, but I never gave him that. That's just a coincidence. They never reached out to me. They didn't do anything. I never even gave them a name. That's just a coincidence.
Well, that's fucking hilarious then.
Yeah, that's just because I was gonna literally I was gonna try to be like, can you please name a character Jeremy Freeman? Can you make him Jewish? That's like what I was gonna say, and it just blew me off.
Should just name him Costco, the pizza delivery man.
There you go.
Awesome,
Name him
great name.
Kirkland. All that free
Yeah,
goddamn
Kirkland.
pizza.
It gets a boom.
I haven't checked anything. Is that guy making a movie?
Who, Sean?
Yeah.
He's
I
clearly
haven't
not
followed
finishing the
up.
other films he started.
Oh, we all know that.
Doesn't he make like 80 a year? He just like cranks them out.
Doesn't
Yeah.
finish them. He starts some. I mean, I don't think Amityville Bigfoot's even out.
Yeah, he's not even promoting
John
anything
C.
on his...
Phillips.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, back for
He has
another
187 acting credits.
Oh yeah, here it is. Get
Fucking-
involved with Alien Horde.
Oh
Here we
my
go. That's his
God.
new movie. Alien Horde, sci-fi action horror film. It's grossed $217,200.
He has 18
200
directing
What's the,
credits.
It's made $218,000 it raised.
How much are they asking for?
For what?
For
Speaking
Alien
Roll's
Horde?
only $900.
That's not bad. You have to probably supply your own transportation.
It's not a goal. It's just raising money. It's raised $217,000.
The most popular
Oh, there's
movie
no
is
goal.
Amityville Karen.
Alright.
This movie
not
sucks.
saying much.
Even Taylor hates that movie.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that she was so quick to watch it.
Here we go. Space Pioneer, $300. Name a character in the movie. There you go. Get
$300 now. Oh my God.
There you go,
He
Tyler.
upped his rates.
Come on, Tyler. Don't be cheap.
Starship Stormtrooper.
Is there a Jewish alien?
$350. Get
He
a
upped his
director's
rate.
chair with your name on it.
There you
Galactic
go.
Guardian, $400. We will do a press release and promote your film career in major horror publications and news sites. What the fuck is that shit?
Is there like a visit the crew or something, or like being the
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
going down. $444. Cosmic Crusader. We will send your completed scene as soon as they are done to use on your demo reel. Whatever the fuck that means.
Oh, so you can be in the movie and they'll send you your scene so you can like put it on your
Nebula,
reel. Like the thing Carly just made, like that. It's like a
Yeah.
like movie she was in.
Nebula Patron. We will feature one of your products, songs, or pieces of art in the movie or end credits. $450. Associate producer, $500. Wow, you could be a producer for $500. Mars Invaders. We will do 1 hour of headshots on set, and you'll get your own character poster created. There you go, $500.
Not bad.
$600. Red Giant. Get your name on the official poster, trailer, opening credits, and on the back of the worldwide distributed DVD. Who the fuck's gonna distribute this shit before it's even made?
None of the shit gets released or completed anyways.
It gets put on
Black
TV.
Hole, $750.
Exactly.
A 2-hour crowdfunding crash course from director Sean C. Phillips, who has raised more than $3 million on the Indiegogo platform.
Scam artist.
Get the
a
tips you
directing
need to reach your
crash course from Sean
crowdfunding
C.
goals.
Phillips.
Trailer,
Oh my God.
$750. Get featured in the final official trailer of the film with a speaking line.
Wow.
Starship Commander for
Oh my god, it still goes
$1,000.
on.
Our most popular perk include a small speaking role and associate producer credit on the movie and IMDb. Here we go. Stellar Voyager, $1,000. Get your name on the step and repeat wall on the red carpet premiere. Everyone that takes photos on the red carpet will have your name or logo in the background. We'll be hiring Getty Images to take red carpet photos. What the fuck? How is he
This
coming
is
up
how
with
his guy
this shit?
casts his movie. He like funds it and casts it at the same time.
They just
Starlight.
buy the roles.
Yeah, like people, it's all just people that buy it, like buy a part in the movie, and he just puts them all together.
Starlight supporter, $1,000.
That's some Charlie Band shit.
Fill a role remotely anywhere in the world on a green screen playing an alien or senator. Well, that's already showing what kind of movie this is going to be. Should I keep going? Lunar Ambassador, $1,250. Get your name on the back of the worldwide distributed DVD, VIP tickets to the world premiere, name on the official poster, and a meet and greet with the stars of the film. Ooh, now we have a rail jumper, $2,500. Star power. Get in a scene with a famous celebrity. That's it. Well, who the fuck is this a celebrity?
Eric Roberts?
Yeah. Wow.
Johnson Phillips.
Yeah. Biling.
Constellation contributor, $2,500. You get a custom written cameo speaking role in Mahal Empire's next film. Who the fuck is that? Galactic Senator, $2,750. Get an original costume from the film. Interstellar Visionary, $5,000. Includes role with a famous celebrity with many speaking lines and an executive producer credit. Vice President of the Intergalactic Offense Coalition, $10,000. Get a supporting leading role plus executive producer credit. Enjoy a limo ride to the premiere with the stars. For $25,000 of the President of the Intergalactic Defense Coalition. Get a lead role in the movie with many lines, a senior executive producer title, and accommodations during filming. Plus, you will have a famous acting partner on screen. Oh man, we're getting to the Galactic Visionary, $100,000. We will develop a new movie together from concept to completion. You'll get a lead role and an executive producer credit. Plus, you get to be a part of the entire production progress. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. So for $100,000, you can make
not even producer. Yeah, for $100,000, just make.
Dude, I can't believe you're still reading off this like list of perks. That is absolutely wild.
That's it.
Who is going to pay for these?
Who's going to pay $100,000
if they're on there? $100,000.
You could for $100,000, you could be the lead in another film and also executively produce it.
I mean, he's gotta fish for the sugar daddy if he's out there. Let's be real.
Yeah,
he still lives with his mom and dad, and he's older than me and Dan. So I mean, that's pretty.
How old is he?
Impressive. He's got to be pushing 40.
I think it's 40s, right?
Dan? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
because
so,
he
yeah.
was like I remember when I was watching him on YouTube, like he was definitely older than me. Like I
Oh, yeah.
miss I
Oh,
miss him.
yeah.
He was just like the dude that just talks about movies in his basement.
He used to be
Yeah, they
funny.
all
I've
moved
said it
together.
many times before.
Right.
But what was I gonna say about Mr. Sean C. Phillips?
I don't know. How'd we get on
Matter.
this?
I don't know. That's how bad this movie is if we compare it to Sean C. Phillips.
Yeah.
It's
Red
probably
3
better than
is
some of
pretty
those.
shit.
I mean, you know.
I would agree with that. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
probably
not
better
great.
than most of them, honestly.
I mean, I'd rather watch this than Intergalactic, whatever we were talking about.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd probably watch his most popular one and then like if it's exactly what I think it's gonna be, I'd never watch another one. So, like,
compare this with Amityville Karen.
yeah, like if like Amityville Karen's exactly what it sounds and looks like, then I'd just never watch. I'd probably give it a half star. I'd never watch a movie from him again.
Well, there you go.
I'm not afraid to hit the low hanging fruit and half star movies that someone sells me at a convention.
Yeah, it can definitely be a bit rough to have to weed through those sometimes.
Yeah, like hey
But
man, I'll buy your movie.
speaking of weeding through,
I'm gonna beat on it. It sucks.
any final thoughts on Fred 3? Fred Goes to Camp or Camp Fred? What is it called?
No.
It's
John
ass.
Cena's not in it enough either.
It's ass.
Okay.
The joke has played itself out. If you're a fan of Fred, you might like it, but that's about it.
If you're a fan of Tom Arnold, you might like it. He's in the movie a decent amount.
He is in the movie a decent amount. I was surprised.
If you're a fan of Madison Riley, she's not in the movie quite enough, but she looks very nice in the film. So
He's very
there's
hot.
that. There you go.
How do you guys believe that I talked these two nits into fucking watching these movies? Such an amazing.
Dude,
I could probably talk Tyler into watching them because he watches all those shitty Disney Channel movies. But Dan, the cameraman, he's
bar-
Well, I didn't really
Wow.
agree to this.
The bar
Well,
of what
guess
I
what?
will watch is just so low.
Well,
I didn't even agree to this. You just kind of put me in it.
I
don't
no,
see the
because I knew
advantage.
you would do it. Because
You
what else do
might-
we have to do?
You might convince me on the Twilight movies if I hadn't already seen one, and I just didn't know what I was getting myself into.
God
But,
damn
yeah,
it!
that one is just so bad, and it's like 2 hours long. Like I'm not sitting through like 4 more of those. Absolutely not.
I think they're longer than that as it goes on. Actually,
Oh god, yeah.
Wow.
And the first one is like a full like 2 hours. So like, supposedly
Good
that's one
Lord.
of the better ones too. Absolutely not.
I'll have to do some digging.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
feel
the
like we
Fairly
probably,
Odd Parents trilogy.
I didn't even know that
idea.
existed.
Yeah,
Drake
with
Bell's
the
in all of them.
Oh
the
no.
girl plays Bertha, Danielle
she's in them too.
Monet.
She's in them too.
Let's
Yeah.
do the Mighty Ducks trilogy.
Ooh, I do.
No, those are great films.
It's actually good.
Oh, those are great. Love Mighty Ducks, all three of them.
Things you can never do under 22 shots. And now
Well-
Tyler's gonna get kicked off because he's associated with me. Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the club.
No.
So what's the next show? Top 10 of whatever.
Top 10 of 75? It's gonna
Nice.
be yep. It should be out like about 8 days from now. Recording
Very
it.
glad I don't have to do those anymore.
Oh, this was a great year. This was a really good year.
I hated those shows.
I
So
love
nice
these
being able
shows.
to watch whatever I want.
Yeah, like
honestly
Fred.
like I love the grind of just like grinding out so many movies from one year because you get like such a cool like scope of
Yeah.
like what was going on in that year.
Yeah. I don't know. It was too much on top of all the other shit you had to do on that goddamn show when you're watching
I
9
watched so
Puppet
many
Master
movies.
movies.
I watched so many movies though that like I'm
Yeah.
down with it. I like the grind.
Yeah. I don't like watching movies that much.
You want to watch
Like
the
you
Fred
too.
trilogy?
There were 80 minutes. It's 3 movies. It was just a stupid idea. I get stupid ideas.
Me and
We'll
Dan
do another
combined in a year probably watch as many movies like as you watch in like 10 years.
3 or 4 years. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I don't know. Dan's
We're
almost
like,
at 1,000 and it's only September 12th.
I'm at like 620.
It's very impressive. I don't know how you guys do it, but
Rain,
I am
don't
going to watch
stop.
8. I am going to watch 8 Friday the 13th movies tomorrow, including 5 through 8 for the first time ever.
We watch 2 at a time.
Never seen 5 through 8.
That's crazy.
I know.
What about Jason Goes to Hell? Jason X?
No, it's only 1 through 8. All the Warner.
No, I mean,
Brother
have you seen
movies.
those?
No, I haven't seen any of them past 4.
That's crazy.
Karate Kid actor Chad McQueen, son of the legendary Steve McQueen, passes away at 63. Great. Thank you
R.I.P.
for that information.
What did that have to do with anything?
I don't know. It just popped up.
Oh, okay. R.I.P.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for
right.
coming on this stupid idea.
Thanks for this. This was fun.
Yeah, it's different than the typical porn movies you usually watch. Speaking of that,
I got a new episode coming out soon. So
yeah, what's the slab of sicko movies you're watching next?
I got The Devil and Miss Jones talking about next. That'll come out either next week or the week after.
How the fuck do you talk about porn?
Well, I do it quite easily. I've got 11 episodes so far, 10, 11 episodes. Last
Great,
episode
no one listens,
was
so.
on the X Files. No one. So they used to listen. They don't really anymore. So
Yeah.
but that's all right. Just gotta keep at it. Maybe someone will listen someday.
All right. I'll think of another brilliant idea for us to do.
This was fun. Jeremy, thank you for the idea. It was a pleasure talking to you about these films. Tyler, thank you for joining in as well. Above all else, I had a enjoyable time talking about this trilogy with you guys, and I hope that the feeling was mutual.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, look at Dan being
We
so
loved
fucking
it.
professional.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah. Let's do the witchcraft movies.
Any final words?
Yeah, let's do the
Oh, good
witchcraft
Lord.
movies.
Yeah, that's an idea.
19
Yeah, that's an
of them.
idea. Yeah, that's an idea. Good Lord.
Directed by my favorite filmmaker, David
Jimmy.
Sterling.
That is true.
That is true.
Why don't you say the final words to send us off?
Yeah, so I think the Fred movies all suck. Well, the first one's okay, but overall, they were about what I expected. They did not live up to the expectations, but it was still an amazing idea that I just had to do. And I will come up with another retarded idea very shortly. Maybe I'll do another one. I don't know. But I haven't podcasted in 2 years. I really have
think we
no
will.
interest to ever do it again. But at the same time, when an idea is too good, I just have to do an idea. And I would say I miss everybody who I used to podcast with and who used to listen, but I don't. And I'm very happy not podcasting anymore. So thanks to Tyler for taking over for me. So unfortunately, I had to get canceled for saying something so stupid based on somebody commenting saying that I said something racist, and I was just referencing Star Wars. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the case.
This is your
but
final word?
That is my final words. Yeah, nobody
cool.
has heard me break my silence on how I got canceled. But no. All jokes aside, I still love those guys over at 22 Shots and everybody who used to listen to the show, and people who have reached out to me who have said that they miss me on the show and all this other stuff. I'm still around, but just know that I'm never going to come back. So thank you everybody for listening, and I shall talk to you guys later. And I think it's mutual. I don't think they want me back either.